Hey guys, what is up? Welcome to the Smackdown watch party and reactions. This show has been taped, so I'm asking you guys, please no spoilers in the chat. I'm gonna keep on saying that as the show goes on. I'm here with my guy Nick from Furious Nation. How you doing, my
Yeet.
guy? Smackdown is here.
Well, I gotta say one thing to you, Mitch. Yeet,
Go for it. Yep.
yeet. What's up, guys? Nick Fiore of Furious Nation here with Mitch, the best SmackDown duo for the SmackDown Watch Party on the Hardcore Sports and Furious Nation here on YouTube. Looking like a good show tonight. I know there were spoilers, but we won't mention them. But looking through stuff, again, I won't mention spoilers. Look like a really good show tonight in Barcelona.
Yeah.
In Spain. And
I'm
I
excited for this
say
one, man.
we're in for a treat tonight with someone who may be competing tonight, Mandred, Spain guy. Hint, hint. So I won't say the name, but I think you're in for a treat tonight.
Yep. Here is Gunther walking down right now.
The World
There's
Heavyweight Champion
Carmelo.
from Monday Night Raw, the Ring General. Oh, but a brand split means nothing anymore. I mean, it's the UK. Who cares?
Oh, really, normal guy? That is cool. That is cool. My brother's in the Navy. He is going to Spain soon. That is cool.
Wow.
Hopefully he stays safe.
Good luck to your brother, man.
He's got to
Seriously.
stay safe there.
Yeah. Especially with the borders being secure and shit. Got to really be careful, man.
Yeah.
They got Randy Orton, big pop for Randy. He's going one-on-one tonight with Carmelo Hayes. We got DIY and the Street Profits for the WWE Tag Team Championship. We got Cody Rhodes on Miz TV. We got Paul Heyman in the house as well.
Yep.
Looking like a good show tonight, man. Looking like a good show.
I
And
just got to say this real quick. On Monday Night Raw with Paul Heyman and CM Punk, Roman Reigns, that was
man,
crazy.
I was there live. That place went crazy for Roman. And then when Roman beat the shit out of Punk with Heyman in the cage with Punk, man, that was great. That was great. Honestly, I think that ending segment saved the show. It was a fun, decent time there live, but I got to be honest, that ending segment saved that show.
It really did. It really did. It wasn't that good.
There was like an hour gap, at least an hour gap. It felt like an hour at least filler with Raquel Rodriguez and Bailey. It did nothing for me. The crowd was dead. I was there live. That crowd was dead there live for that match.
So let me ask you this. You were there live. So how was it without the ads? Because Netflix, if you're in the United States, you get ads. So you got the show to keep going for you. How was that?
It was fun. I enjoyed my time there. Like with the they just did the little brief ads, like commercial thing. Not ads, but commercials were the same thing. Then they had the wrestler's theme song in the entrance, and they had and they had even like when you'd cut to commercial break, you see the cameras, they'll get cut to break. Then it's like you see the wrestlers continue. Obviously, I thought it was a fun experience with me there. I was high up in the nosebleeds, right behind the stage near the Tron. Front stage was where I was, and you could see the WrestleMania logo sign. But I mean, it wasn't bad where I was sitting.
Right.
High in the nosebleeds, but I was kind of below the VIP. The VIP section. So yeah, I though it was, the ending saved the show. It was kind of went from bad to passable show, but it wasn't terrible, not the worst of all time, but it was boring. I mean, it was passable because of the ending that saved the show. But being there live, I enjoyed myself. I thought I had fun. So
yeah,
that I will say. And let me just say, Chad Gable is still studying the Master of Lucha, Glacias, with the mask.
I'm telling you, that was so funny. Like LA Knight, oh my god. Oh look, we had the drone. We had a drone shot.
Yes, with the cage. I seen it. One of my best friends have been friends with for years. Since 2011, he said, "Oh, there's a drone." I said, "Oh, yeah, I see it."
So how was that when you were seeing the drone? That must have been cool.
It was very cool. Seeing it live from a live perspective, man, that was something to see.
Yeah. I am kind of bummed that I didn't go to SmackDown last week, but the show wasn't that good, so I didn't really miss anything.
It kind of probably made a right decision to save money on tickets.
Yeah.
2 hours, it probably would have been different.
If it was 2 hours or even 2 and a half, I'll be like, cool, I'll go. But it's 3 hours. I'm like, ugh.
Yeah,
Oh
I
my
was
God,
actually
the
gonna go to
crowd
that
is
show with a couple
insane.
friends, but I chose the Raw and MSG show instead, which I thought was for the better.
Smart,
And it's
smart.
closer too,
Yes.
despite traffic I mean, train getting there by train is easy, but even though the traffic in the city can be absolutely horrendous, I would much rather the city for a wrestling show. I mean, nothing against Philly because I enjoyed my time in Philly for WrestleMania weekend last year,
Yeah.
but since New York's close by, despite the terrible traffic, I would rather that over Philly.
So, how was the ride there?
I took the train. It was about over an hour, like a little over an hour, between hour and a half. It wasn't bad. Did a lot of
Yeah.
walking because we didn't take a cab from Grand Central Station when we got there.
Right.
Um, but I mean, getting there wasn't bad. Walked a lot, but got there fine. Got it myself a $20 Yeet T-shirt before I even got in the building.
Oh wow.
Yeah, there was a big line for merch. In
Okay.
fact, I missed the speed and main event matches before Raw started, which I didn't miss much before Raw.
The arena they are at holds more than 12,000 people.
This
Wow.
arena tonight or MSG?
I think it's this one.
Yeah. Speaking of this
Look at the
crowd, LA
crowd.
Knight's
Yeah.
starting to show a big pop for the brand new two-time U.S. champion LA Knight. Man, a great reaction for LA Knight. And man, international crowds, man, it shows you what we're seeing here. I mean, no disrespect to United States crowds, but man, oh man, the international crowds are a whole nother level in terms of like passion, reaction. They're just incredible. The over the UK crowd, they're awesome. They really are. Like they just get it. Like they're never sitting on their hands or knees so much. Like they just make a pop in reaction. Like they really make the show. Again, no
Yeah.
disrespect to US crowds, but I feel like international has a lot of energy in terms of crowds.
Yeah.
LA Knight. Yeah.
Jimmy!
The
Jimmy!
the Mr. No Yeet. Well, we like Jimmy though.
Uh, I really think this is going to be the U.S. Well, they're both faces, so
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Well, would you rather this or LA Knight and Shinsuke Nakamura for the 10th time?
this. this.
Yeah. We take the Yeet glasses off for a while.
I noticed WWE used a different version of the steel cage Monday. They did. How was the steel cage? How did that look?
I didn't think it looked any different. It kind of looked the same as I'd see on television, but just my opinion.
You're good.
Yeah. But Jimmy in LA for the US title at WrestleMania, hey, I don't mind at all. I don't mind at all. Maybe this is where you give Jimmy Uso the US title on the same WrestleMania weekend his brother Jimmy's brother Jay wins the world title, which I think happens. Imagine Jay and Jimmy, respective world heavyweight and US champions, coming into WrestleMania. It could happen. And I could see it. And Jimmy actually hasn't been bad singles wise since coming back. He's had some good matches with Carmelo Hayes, for example.
So,
Solo Sikoa, the enforcer. He's with Tama Tonga in the Samoan Werewolf Jacob Fatu.
when are they gonna just like? When is
And I
that
think this
storyline
is.
gonna start?
Oh, and I'm not spoil, but man. Oh, because Solo said something I don't think NBC will be happy about. You'll know. You'll know.
Yeah.
Ooh, heel heat for Solo Sikoa.
I see what Solo is doing.
Big pop for Jacob Fatu as well. Oh, wait. They edited that out. I think because Solo said fuck, but I think they said failure. I think it was failure. They edited it out.
Yeah.
Fucking NBCU, man. Typical. I'm not surprised, but fucking typical. Fucking pussies at NBCU, man. Fuck them. They even fans chanted "fuck you" Solo chants, and they toned that down. I'm sure. Can't wait for this show in the United States to go to Netflix when their USA contract is up.
Yeah. So, guys, really, really quick before I forget, I created a new Twitter account for my Eagles podcast, Fly Like an Eagle podcast. So, if you guys could follow me on that account, it'll be great. And here comes Braun Strowman.
Monsters. Braun Strowman running fast down the aisleway, taking out Tama Tonga.
Am I?
Ooh, Jacob Fatu.
Why do I feel like we're going to get a 6-man tag?
Well,
I feel like we're going to get a 6-man tag, dude.
I think we do, but probably next week. The super kick and another super kick from Jimmy on to Fatu. Fatu gets closed in over the top rope by Braun Strowman. Oh, Nick Aldis. UK zone, Great Britain zone, Mr. Nick Aldis. Ah. Really? You couldn't have done this for next week. Come on. Lazy.
You know what I think is going to happen? I think Solo's going to cost the match or something. Mitch called it. Yeah, I did, normal guy. Yeah, I did.
I wish it wasn't, but it is.
Normal guy, make sure you follow my new Twitter account. It is there in the chat. Fly Like an Eagle pod.
This is what happens when you have 3-hour show.
Yeah.
Oh. Losing something.
It's in the group chat too. My Twitter name. If you can't find it, it's there.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
Thank you, Wesley. I just shot it. I'll follow you back.
It's not good.
Oh, I'm getting tired of this Wendy's.
Wendy's?
It's a Wendy's commercial.
Wendy's commercial, yeah. They got like a Baconator. I mean, I like the Wendy's Baconator, but it's not really good for you. No. So, by the way, guys, and I will not spoil this, 2 teasers tonight. I think you'll be excited of who they may be. It's going to be during the show tonight. So, also, guys, since we're also on commercial as well, also might I say, Mitch, also at the Raw show in the Garden, Logan Paul got some massive heel heat.
I saw that. Yeah.
That's some Andrew Schultz. Who is it? Andrew Schultz?
Yep, you got it.
Yeah, Andrew Schultz. He was there at the show. He was like sitting front row. mean, it sets up Logan Paul, AJ Styles at WrestleMania, but New Day and Rey Mysterio, Dragon Lee was fun. Chad Gable was hilarious. You had also on the show. Oh, Braun Breaker and Finn Balor set for next week, this Monday, in fact. I'm looking forward to that. But Raw looked like a decent show this Monday. We got John Cena explaining John Cena there this Monday on Raw on St. Patrick's Day. So that to look forward to. You got a 6-man tag: Jacob Fatu, Solo Sikoa, Tama Tonga, the Bloodline versus Jimmy Uso, Braun Strowman, and the United States Champion LA Knight. Yeah, 6-man tag match. I would say LA Knight's team wins this. I would say.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. By the way, guys, just let you guys know, obviously the SmackDown watch party tonight. We're doing this also as next week, March 21st. A couple of things to say. March 22nd, that's a Saturday, 1 p.m. here. Might as well just say it. The Forbidden Podcast. It's going to be myself and Adam Carl. Set the date. If you haven't, set it. March 22nd is the date, 1 p.m. We'll be talking the greatest WrestleMania matches of all time and our opinions, what we think could be the rest of the WrestleMania card, what could be, etc., etc. So it's going to be a very fun discussion between Adam Carl and I. He's looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it. Definitely mark the date on your calendar if you haven't done so already. I think you're gonna want to give it a good listen. It's gonna be good. So it's called the Forbidden Podcast.
Yep. And guys, shout out. I don't really care about this match. Shout out to the hot takes and headlocks last night.
Yes.
Whoops, I changed it. Whoops, I did not mean to put it there. I'll fix that later. Hold on. Where is it? There we go. So here's the Forbidden Door. Here we go. So the Forbidden Podcast.
You're stealing content from Tony Khan there, Mitch.
Huh?
You're trying to copyright a rip-off Tony Khan there?
Pretty much. Pretty much. So March 22nd at 1 p.m. Eastern. And then last night, hot takes and headlocks with Joe and Xavier. They killed it. I watched the whole thing this morning. They killed it. It was great.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. The news of Jeff Cobb apparently signed to WWE's internal roster. The news broke out yesterday. So Jeff Cobb is looking like Jeff Cobb from New Japan and AEW. Look like from New Japan. It said, according to Sean Ross Sapp of Fightful Select, that Jeff Cobb is apparently signed to WWE's internal roster. He's pretty much signed to WWE, which is very telling because you think a guy like him would sign with AEW, but it looks like he's not. He's going to WWE, which I think is a good get for them if the rumors are true. And I've watched his work. He's very good. For a big man, very athletic. I think he wrestled Bronson Reed in House of Glory on the Indies before Bronson Reed had come back to WWE at the end of 2022. He wrestled Bronson Reed to Jeff Cobb. So Jeff Cobb's a very good wrestler.
Yeah, he is.
So I could see a guy like him go to NXT.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine Jeff Cobb versus Obafemi. Or Jeff Cobb versus a Javon Evans or Wesley or Ricky Saints.
Yeah.
This would be good.
There's Ricky Saint.
Ricky Saints. And NXT Roadblock was a good show as well. We had the watch along, Xavier and I, this past Tuesday, and also watching the show as well. NXT Roadblock, very good show. Probably their best NXT special episode show of the year. And they were in the theater in New York City in Madison Square Garden. Stephanie Vetkaris, the NXT Women's North American and NXT Women's Champion, the Dark Angel. Stephanie Vetkaris, congratulations to her. She and Julia had a very good match in the main event of Roadblock on NXT this past Tuesday in New York City, New York. We had the Hardys versus Fraxium, Javon Evans and Ethan Page in the street fight. Those two killed it. Jordan Grace versus Julia. Obafemi versus Moose stole the show. That was a freaking banger, that match. Very good stuff from both Moose and Obafemi. So, really good stuff. So, absolutely, when the stream's over, definitely go check that out if you haven't done so. Really, really good stuff.
I still gotta watch that.
You should really, Mitch. It was really, the show was very good. I thought it was even better than Raw and MSG, to be honest.
You know what show was also really good, dude? Queens of the Ring. Queens of the Ring was really good on Tuesday night with Sarah and Denise. Myself, I'm just a producer. I'm the guy who runs it. But yeah, every Tuesday at 8 o'clock, we're actually going to play Jeopardy. So me, Sarah, and Denise, we're going to play Jeopardy. So if I win, I'm better than both of them. But yeah, I think I'm going to win. So, yeah. Oh my god.
They were still live after our Roadblock watch along.
Yeah. It went for 2.5 hours. That's what normally happens. That's what normally happens, dude. It's like 2.5 hours normally.
Yeah.
I might even have to start it earlier. Because I go to bed like around 10:45, 11. So I'm like, okay,
yeah.
Can we stop here?
Yeah. Yeah, man. But definitely a good listen as well. Is in the chat for that as well. Definitely go check that out after the stream if you haven't done so already. Yeah. And I think you mentioned a QR code merch.
Yes, I did. Thank you for bringing that up. For the fanatics, guys. So if you scan this barcode, you can get all your WWE merch. You can get Cody Rhodes. I will not get Cody Rhodes. You can get John Cena. Wow. You can get CM Punk. You can get all of your favorite superstars merch by scanning the barcode here. Good transition. I love it.
Yes.
I completely forgot about it.
Yeah. Well, someone wants a Fanatics shirt, man. You gotta promote it, man. Like you're promoting a business. You gotta do it. That's how you grow.
Yeah.
But I feel like as regarding the US title picture at WrestleMania is concerned, I could probably see LA Knight versus Jimmy Uso, or maybe we get I don't think we get a multi-man match, if I'm honest. I think we get LA Knight and Jimmy. We get Solo versus Jacob one-on-one as well, which I could see. We got Braun Strowman, Tama Tonga also.
Hey, Space Vegas, how you doing?
What's up, Space Vegas?
It's my guy, even though he's a Celtics fan.
Yeah, Braun Strowman and Tama Tonga, I don't see them factoring into WrestleMania card plans. I could probably see them, more likely than not. They still do the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. I could see them in there.
Yeah, me too.
I think they'll do. Wesley, I can't imagine. Can't imagine the traffic in Vegas when Stand Deliver ends in WrestleMania night one starts. Yeah, you're not alone in that one there, Wesley. We all feel the same way, man. I mean, that traffic for sure is going to be very bad down there in Vegas. I won't be in Vegas for Mania because I do have a foot surgery coming up on April 2nd. So I definitely won't be in Vegas. I'll be resting. But despite me getting left foot surgery April 2nd, just despite that fact, do not worry. I will still be on here with the Hardcore Sports with Mitch and company for WrestleMania weekend, for WrestleMania night 1 and night 2. I will definitely be here, so do not panic on that.
Yeah, and
we'll definitely not miss it.
No. For the NXT roadblock, or not roadblock, Stand and Deliver, I don't know if Xavier wants to do it, but it pretty much is. If you're gonna do it, Xavier, I'll get Xavier to do it. Because that would be a good show. That'll be a good show. I got to save my energy for WrestleMania because I'm running that whole stream. So guys, if you don't know what goes into a stream, you got to promote it. You got to make sure everything is okay. All the channels are good and whatever. So a lot of it goes into streaming. So WrestleMania night, I'm going to be hectic for night 1 and night 2. So that's why I'm like, I'm going to stay off Stand and Deliver because I do have a stream Saturday mornings. So I'm like, I'm done. I'm done.
Yeah, and I mean, Stand and Deliver and WrestleMania it is a lot.
Yeah, so it's your choice. If you want to do Stand and Deliver and not do WrestleMania night 1, that is cool. You can hop on night 2 if you want. It is up to you.
I definitely don't want to miss WrestleMania.
No. I'm saying the watch party. I'm talking about the watch party. If you do the Stand and Deliver, you don't have to do WrestleMania if you don't want to for night 1.
I don't mind that either.
Okay.
I really don't. I mean, I know. I mean, the next April 20th is Easter, but
yeah,
probably I should be able to do night 2. I'm sure,
and it's over.
unless like Easter dinner early in the day, and I can do night 2, which I think I can do. I think I can get it done.
All good, Jim. It's all good. Oh, here we go.
So,
Jim, make sure you subscribe to my man Nick here. I'm gonna drop the link in the chat. Make sure you subscribe to him, bro.
I don't know what happened. Speaking of subscribers, I don't know if I should say it. I don't know what the hell happened, man. It was like what 210. I lost 2.
It's a glitch. YouTube does that.
Oh, I thought because I was like
YouTube takes him away. YouTube takes him away. They win. Braun and them. Yep, they get a win. Nick and I got the match right. And here comes spot 2.
Strowman. Wow. A moonsault from Jacob Fatu onto the monster. Picture perfect moonsault. Now he's doing the moonsault again in another corner. Opposite side corner. Not the opposite corner, but the one on the side of one side of ropes.
Yep.
It's either Fatu and Solo 101, and then LA Knight and Jimmy Uso 101 for the US title, or we get all 4 of these guys in a multi-man match. Another moonsault. It's like the third moonsault from Jacob Fatu.
Yeah, as Nova Guy says, not again. Where's Solo?
He's taken out by LA Knight.
Ah, right. Cameron! What is up, Cameron? How you doing? Here we go.
Jacob Fatu, he's run up. Uh-oh. Oh, my God. A Samoan hip attack through the barricade to the timekeeper's area from Jacob Fatu. Braun Strowman is out. Wow, Jacob Fatu is the fucking man. Wow.
That's why he's my favorite in the company.
And
yeah, see?
Yeah.
YouTube glitch. So
yeah. Thank you, Wesley, by the way.
Dude, you just don't know when Fatu's gonna strike.
Yeah. See why Jacob Fatu is your favorite in the company, and you're not lying, man. Holy shit, what a Samoan hip attack. B-Fab and Charlotte Flair tonight. How much do you want to bet Charlotte Flair beats her?
How much do you want to bet that Tiffany Stratton does a insane move?
Well.
Yeah,
well.
Yeah. Is Jade Cargill gonna speak now?
Jade Cargill, Naomi next on Smackdown. It should be good.
Let me ask you this. Oh! Hold on.
125 Hall of Fame inductee.
Witness. History. No, not you, Siri. Live.
Friday, April 18th. So wait, they have in the Hall of Fame the same night as SmackDown after?
After or before? That's
It
what they
better
did
be
last year.
before. I'm telling, if it's after, that's a mistake.
You know what I'm thinking? Is WrestleMania the next night? It is the next night,
Yeah,
right?
it is.
Okay. So we could the next day, the next week, we could do a watch along of the Hall of Fame. Maybe a Tuesday or something. We can figure that out.
Yeah. And
We'll
since I'm
figure
going to be
something
out with
out.
the surgery anyways, yeah.
Yeah. So correct me if I'm wrong, Nick. You know more about the WWE merch, ticket sales, everything more than me. I saw on Twitter that Jay Uso's the reason why the ticket sales are down.
I happen to see that. I don't think it's Jay Uso. You know what I think it is? I think I
Let's
know
hear
the
it.
product's hot, and of course you're going to increase ticket sales when you have a good product and a hot product. And you're going to the demand is high. I mean, you're a business. You're going to increase ticket sales, but I feel like WWE may have been just a little bit overzealous with ticket prices, a little greedy. I would say just bump, I'm not saying you have to go cheap, but just bump them down just a tad so people
So
can
it's
afford. I heard Triple H, listen to this.
hit me.
I think like a meet and greet with Triple H and Lex Luger at the WWE World in Las Vegas. Listen to this. To meet greet Triple H,
Mm-hmm.
I think it's $1,800.
Why am I not surprised?
I don't know. Why would you? Why? I don't. I love Triple H, but why
I would
would
not do that for
WWE
that much.
charge that much for that? Where you meet and greet a wrestler, like a big name wrestler, WrestleMania, WWE World WrestleMania weekend last year in Philly, it was like what, $50-$60? Nowhere near that. Like $1,800 just to meet Triple H.
Right.
Like a normal middle class like family can't afford that. Like only the rich can.
Correct.
So I don't
It,
agree with that decision whatsoever to charge that much. I understand your product's hot, but I think you're getting too greedy here at this point. You might want to consider at some point sooner or later bumping the prices down,
yeah.
or else
So
it could affect the product. So
Cameron, I'm trying to, I'm so trying to. It depends on Joe. If Joe can't stream at 3 o'clock, then I gotta stream it our regular time at 8 with him. But if he can, then it's all systems a go. I'm thinking, this is what I'm thinking right now, guys. This is what I'm thinking here. Denise is off work at 3. At 3. Depending if she's tired or not from work, she would hop on with me at 3. So there is a chance I'm going to schedule it for 3, but it'll probably be moved to 8. It depends on Joe. I'm good with whatever. I got to move my other show at 3 to maybe next week. The 2025 Hall of Fame ceremony will stream live on the U.S. and the Peacock years at 1 a.m.
what?
I'm sleeping.
Me too.
I'm sleeping.
This is why you should not have moved SmackDown to 3 fucking hours. Or better yet, put the Hall of Fame on what, a Thursday or Friday during the day or something. Maybe during the day on Saturday, or could have done this what, Monday before Raw, Tuesday before NXT, or Wednesday. You mean to tell me you got to do this on April the 18th?
Yeah. I mean, do they really have the show Evolve on Wednesday nights?
Yeah, but I mean, does that matter? It's on Tubi.
It doesn't. That's my point.
It doesn't. It's on fucking Tubi.
I know.
It makes there's no difference whatsoever. I don't understand why they couldn't do that.
I hate it.
Either.
I honestly can't stand it.
I understand the product's good and better and the product's red hot right now, but I mean, when something isn't right, it needs to be called out on. I'm sorry, it needs to be. This isn't it. Like, who's gonna wake up? Who's gonna be up at 1 a.m. to watch a Hall of Fame? Who? When everyone's in bed at that point,
Yeah, nap time for sure.
it's ridiculous.
So let me ask you this: which entrant music is Naomi getting?
I hope it's good.
I think it's the one from before this one. Like I forget what that one is, what it's called, but I think you guys know what I'm talking about.
My CFO money.
Yeah.
You know, I could see with this heel Naomi, Lash Legend and Jakara Jackson, the Meta Girls, teamed with her. And I think they could be potentially called up after WrestleMania anyway. And I think and they were impressive going into Crown Jewel last year. So I could see them being called up relatively soon to the SmackDown brand. And that show needs all the help they can get.
Hey, halftime, how's it going, man? Here we go. Hit Jade Cargill. Halftime, how's the Sixers doing?
The highlight from last week.
Thank God I'm not seeing the Sixers tonight. They're losing. They're losing.
Man, they booked Jade Cargill perfectly last week. Just a badass beating the shit out of everybody. And I think Jade Cargill used to say in AEW, "I'm that bitch," like a badass. That's what Jade Cargill should be booked at, not this smiling, shaking kids' hands. How she was booked as a monster in AEW, that's what she should be booked like on SmackDown. Here we go. Speaking of whom.
What is up, Lord Wrestle Was? What is up? Nick, he was actually in the chat for the show last night for Hot Takes and Headlocks. So, wow, not only do we have SmackDown tape, but we also have Teenage Sacrifice and Maple Leafs Pro.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I think you got Masha Slamovich defending the Knockouts title, I think, against Cora Jade.
Yes.
And I think Joe Hendry's defending his title tonight as well.
Oh, yeah?
I think so. Yeah.
Wrestlers, make sure you subscribe to Nick, man. Here's the link. There's the link, bro. Make sure you subscribe to him. Yep, I will be streaming the game on Sunday. Sixers and Mavericks at 1. I got a long day on Sunday. Long day.
They also have Moose. Yeah. Yeah, Mance Warner and Sami Callihan in a street fight. Just now on TNA Sacrifice. We also have Moose and Jeff Hardy in a ladder match for the X Division title tonight on Sacrifice for TNA. Joe Hendry, Matt Hardy, Elijah, the former Elias, Leon Slater, Nick Nemeth versus the System and the Colognes in a 10-man tag steel cage match. The main event, assuming, for tonight's TNA Sacrifice.
Oh, God.
Oh.
Are we going to get... Jade Cargill and Liv Morgan. I'm not mad at that.
Nope.
Liv Morgan has been like the MVP at the last month or two. She's been killing it. wrestling
Yeah, Liv
wise.
Morgan and the ring and on the mic.
Yes.
I know some people may be annoyed with her, like with their laugh, may think it's cringe, but I mean, I think she's been putting in the work. Mic and character in ring, she's been doing really well. I think she did well in the Royal Rumble, I think, as well.
Yeah.
So I think she was number 2 in there.
She was starting out as 2. Yeah, she
She
lasted the
lasted a long
distance.
time in there. And then she killed it in the chamber. She was the final 2 in the chamber. Started at number 1 or 2. Yeah, Liv Morgan's put in the hard work, man. I gotta give her credit. I'm not the biggest Liv Morgan fan, but I have to give her credit as due. It honestly should have been her and Bayley on Monday Night Raw in the Garden, not Bayley and Raquel Rodriguez.
Right.
And it looks like now we're getting Raquel and Lyra Valkyria for the Women's Intercontinental title. Yeah, wake me up when that's over. I like Lyra Valkyria, but versus Raquel Rodriguez, who's not really that good of a singles wrestler to begin with. She's better in a tag team. She's really not that good in the ring as Raquel. Only there for her size and tallness. I'm not high on Raquel. I feel like ever since she's come back at Bad Blood, they really botched her return big time. When she
Yes.
turned back heel and she joined the Judgment Day, and she came back and turned heel again. They ever since it was a botched return, and I ever like that botch return has really made Raquel just not where she should be right now at all. They really botched it big time. I think first of all, she came at the wrong time to attack Rhea. The whole thing was botched, and it hasn't been good from the word go since her comeback.
Mm-hmm.
Don't take it the wrong way. That's how I feel, and I can't be the
I
only one
get
who
you.
feels that way.
I get you.
And she's still very green in the ring.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Like
I agree with you. I'm just doing something
she's not
right.
the best wrestler in the world. Let's be real.
No.
She's better as a muscle. Like her and Dakota Kai pairing in NXT was great. Dakota and Raquel, when she was Raquel
Yep.
Gonzalez, that pairing was great. That pairing was great. On her own, Raquel Rodriguez, not so good. I don't know what else you could do with her. Send her back down to NXT to get better training. Send her down to Evolve. I don't know what you do with her because as a singles wrestler, she's just not cutting it. And she did not have.
Yeah,
And
she's
her
not.
and Bayley from Raw Monday was boring. The crowd was dead for that, and I was there live.
Yep.
And she beat Bayley, got no reaction.
Ah. All right. Hey, I'll be right back.
All right.
Come on. Ah. Hold on, I gotta move this. There we go.
So we got B-Fab and Charlotte Flair. Up next right here on SmackDown, B-Fab making her entrance.
Oh, I thought. So no Naomi.
That was the recap from last week. Then Jade Cargill was interviewed in an empty arena before the show.
Right.
Up next, B-Fab versus Charlotte Flair.
She's getting booed.
Booed or no reaction. Okay, here's some boos, and I hear a silent crowd.
I love the Titantron for her though.
Six-time Raw Women's Champion, now seven-time Smackdown Champion, 14-time World Champion, and of course, most recently, the return and the victory in front of 76,000 in Indianapolis at the Royal Rumble. Well, of course, everyone can have their opinion, everyone can have their favorites, but it's not all about statistics, but statistics alone, if we just look at that. This woman, Charlotte Flair.
Hey, Vicky.
What's up, Vicky? But man, the crowd has been great tonight for the UK.
Yeah. What's the match card? You want to go for it and tell Vicky, Nick? What's the match card for tonight?
For tonight? Well, we got this match, Charlotte Flair and B-Fab. We got Cody Rhodes as a special guest on Miz TV. We got Randy Orton versus Carmelo Hayes. And then we got the Street Profits versus DIY, which is said to be the main event tonight for the WWE Tag Team Championship.
And I got a pretty much of a hot take. You want to hear it?
Yes.
John Cena's heel turn is carrying that feud. It's not Cody Rhodes, it's the heel turn.
Well, I feel like Cody Rhodes is the one doing most of the work when Cena's not there. And I feel like Cody can't do the whole build by himself. Cena, I know we're getting him Monday, but we got to get Cena now part of the build, and we're going to get it Monday.
I mean, think about this, right?
Because Cena, I know Cena's doing his movies, but I mean, still.
Yeah. Imagine this, right? Imagine this. If he did not turn heel, can you imagine how bad that I would not be looking forward to this match? And he's
what would be the story?
Exactly.
Well, what do you mean? It's passing of the torch. We're gonna need a lot more than that.
Yes.
Cena turning heel, selling his soul. That's a story because John was looked at as the good guy for several years. You think he never turned, and Cody's looked up to him, and then all this other shit. Like, I mean, Cena's. I do have to agree. If Cena dirt heel, I mean, Cena as a face, Cena versus Cody as a face, two faces, Cena and Cody one-on-one at Mania is very Vince-esque booking, very vanilla.
Yes.
It's like that is very, very safe. Like that is Vince booking 101. You don't want that. And we're past the Vince McMahon bullshit administration.
So let me ask you this.
And also turning Cena heel, by the way, was a big this to Vince McMahon. Because Vince would have never turned Cena heel. Never. Triple H had the balls to do. Vince would have never, ever done.
Yeah. So let me ask you this. how long is his heel turn going to last? Because I don't know if he goes out as a heel.
Well, only Cena can determine that. It's his story. It's his retirement year at this point, how he wants to. So it's all up to John at this point, in my opinion, because it's his retirement year. So I don't think it really matters if he ends as a heel or a face. John Cena is John Cena. He's one of the greatest of all time.
He
I don't
is.
care what anyone says.
So is he not your GOAT? Because he's mine. He's my greatest of all time.
I'm not the biggest Cena fan, but I am smart enough to know he's one of the greatest of all time, whether you love him or hate him.
Okay.
But you know who my GOAT is?
No.
Daniel Bryan.
I like that. An underdog story, a dark horse.
Yes.
I like it. I like that.
Like
okay.
There's just that, like you're just rooting for the underdog. You want him to win the big one, and they go through so many obstacles, and then they eventually win the big one. Just look at the story of WrestleMania 30. Now, us fans, I mean, if we didn't speak up, we were going to get Randy Orton and Batista at WrestleMania 30 1-on-1 for the WWE World Title. Like we've seen that how many fucking times in 2009, beaten to death like a dead horse.
Right.
Like it was going to be Bryan versus Sheamus on the lower end of the card, WrestleMania 30, believe it or not.
Mm-hmm.
And Punk walking out, and then Punk walked out, and then we spoke up. The Yes movement began. We changed. If it wasn't for us, the card would not have been changed. We made the change.
Yeah.
We made the change. The Yes movement, Daniel Bryan, we all made the damn change.
I really like that.
We all
I really like
and they
outside the
listened
box.
to us. And they did the right thing. He gave us Daniel Bryan, Triple H. Bryan beat Triple H in the beginning of the night. He beat Orton and Batista later that night, beat 3/4 of Evolution in one night to win the world title on Bourbon Street in New Orleans. One of the greatest WrestleMania moments of all time.
You know why I like that so much? I'm a guy that always likes to give the underdogs a kind of shine, right? So for the Sixers, I'm using basketball as an example here. Not Tyrese Maxey, not Joel Embiid, not Paul George. I would give one of these guys the spotlight because they really deserve it. I'm a guy that likes to go outside the box, and that's what you did. I love it because normally I would hear John Cena, I would hear The Rock, I would hear Bret Hart, I would hear Bruno Sammartino, I would hear Stone Cold, Shawn Michaels, Triple H. I really like that you said that. Really like it.
And Daniel Bryan's first WWE match signed as a WWE wrestler, like when they started the game show version of NXT, that first NXT was like late February of 2010, where I think he fought then World Heavyweight Champion Chris Jericho. Very good match. Took Jericho to the limit, almost beat him. But ever since that night, he really won me over, big time. Me and a lot of other people, you see something in him that this guy is going to be a big star in this company one day. Is Daniel Bryan. This guy is going to be something special.
So, Vicky, where are we from? We're from, I'm from New Jersey in the United States. And Nick, where are you from?
I am from not New York City, but it's around the Hudson River.
Okay.
Mid-Hudson, Poughkeepsie, New York.
So, New York.
Yeah, Poughkeepsie, New York.
There you go.
Which is not far from the city, Poughkeepsie. But yeah, like guys like Daniel Bryan, man, just that underdog you don't expect to win. I just love rooting for the underdogs. It's like, it doesn't matter if they're small. Like they're hard workers and they deserve that top spot because they've earned it. They weren't handed it. They worked their asses off to get to the top. And I'll never forget where, like, late 2013 when Daniel Bryan feuded with The Authority, I thought it was some good stuff, but then like he's working hard to get to the world title again. And then you see Batista return in 2014. I honestly feel Batista came back to WWE at the wrong time because that was the height of Bryan's popularity. Everyone wanted him to win the 2014 Royal Rumble. Then Batista won it. He was booed right out of the building in Pittsburgh when he last eliminated Roman Reigns. And I mean, Batista was mocking the yes movement and the yes chant, giving the finger to fans. I mean, this guy was gone from the WWE for 4 years. He comes back, and it was almost like he was just simply handed the Royal Rumble win, as well as the main event for WrestleMania that year in 2014. It was a joke, and Batista didn't deserve to win. Love Batista, but Brian should have won that.
Yeah.
And they booed the shit out of Batista and the company. Then they had to turn Batista heel.
I felt bad when they booed Rey Mysterio at 30. At number 30, when Rey Mysterio came out, I felt bad.
Poor Rey Mysterio. I felt bad for him. Yeah, poor Rey Mysterio. They had fucking El Torito in there. You mean to tell me you couldn't have Daniel Bryan in there?
Right.
Or the JBL character? He was tossed down, 10 seconds by Roman Reigns? What was the point of it?
Right.
It was stupid. Sloppy fucking natural selection. It didn't even look devastating. And it's not a good, believable finisher. It's very anticlimactic. Not a believable finisher at all. I just wish Charlotte would just get rid of that move. It's never impactful, that natural selection whatsoever.
And it's over.
Thanks for coming, B-Fab. Thanks for coming.
Hey, let me show you something, Nick.
Oh, Charlotte's booed. Charlotte's getting booed.
Nick, you ready for this? So our guy Joe met Bret Hart today. He met God, I'm drawing a blank on his name right now.
Wow. Oh, Tony Atlas, Mr. USA.
And then Sergeant Slaughter.
And Bret Hitman Hart. Wow. Pretty cool.
Yeah. All right, here we go.
Oh, Championship Tiffy time. Man, Charlotte's booed. They wanted Charlotte to face, and she's getting booed, and Tiffany's getting cheered. I hope they're listening, and they need to give Tiffany this win at WrestleMania, and I hope they're fucking listening. I'm going to say it. Charlotte should not win at WrestleMania, and she doesn't need to win. She cannot win at Mania. Tiffany Stratton has to go over at WrestleMania. No ands, ifs, or buts. If Charlotte wins, you're going to get a big fan backlash. And I don't know if you really want that. Charlotte cannot win this match at WrestleMania.
The security is so fucking bad.
Who do they hire for these security guards, dude?
Hey, Xavier, how's it going, man?
What the fuck is this? And Tiffany pulling Charlotte underneath the ropes. Man, Tiffany got a big pop.
Oh, you're watching the TNA pay-per-view right now?
What the hell was that? It was Tiffany starting off the steps. At first, I thought that was Charlotte. They're both blonde, so.
Yeah. Are they chanting EC dub?
Tiffy time. They're chanting Tiffy time.
Oh. I was going to say, I thought I heard EC dub.
Man, these security guards always are getting taken down time at a time, man.
So Vicky says Charlotte is one of my favorite wrestlers, but she doesn't need a title.
She doesn't deserve the title right now. I agree. Even a Charlotte fan is saying the same thing. She doesn't need the title whatsoever, and she's not wrong. So,
my God,
I'm very happy Vicky feels this way.
Wow.
Uh-oh, Swanton taking out the security guards in Charlotte. But I mean, Vicky's not wrong. You can be a Charlotte Flair fan or not, but bottom line, Charlotte does not need a title anymore, period. What Charlotte should be doing at this point of her career is start putting the other young and upcoming stars over. That's what Charlotte should be doing right now, not winning fucking titles.
Appreciate that, Taco.
If Charlotte
Taco
loved the
tweeted our
business,
stream.
she'd do the right thing and put Tiffany over at WrestleMania.
Oh, come on!
I don't trust Charlotte.
Dude.
I don't trust Charlotte whatsoever to do the right thing at Mania. And she needs to
online,
get
dude. I say you're not online. I saw Tiffany Stratton jump off the Titantron.
Yes.
Why
They
did they
cut that off? Or maybe they don't. I don't know. If they go to the Miz segment after this, then yeah, it's like, why cut that off?
Oh my god.
But Drew McIntyre and Damian Priest we're gonna get this at WrestleMania, it looks like. I don't mind it. Could it be better for Drew at WrestleMania? Yes. Does Drew deserve better at Mania? Yes. But I mean, from what happened last year at Mania, it makes sense. Oh, and Charlotte tried to rip Stephanie Vatcare off with the legs around the head and the face plant that Stephanie Vatcare does, that Booker T goes crazy for. Yeah, Charlotte tried ripping that off. Sorry, Charlotte Flair, honey, you're not Stephanie Vatcare. And Stephanie Vatcare does it better, Charlotte, honey. Sorry, not sorry.
I'm so pissed. Why? Here's the mid segment.
Yes! Miz TV, awesome! I know Adam
Yeah.
Carl's loving this. I know he loves The Miz. Just saying.
I'm just so mad that I didn't get to see that.
So they cut that off. You gotta be fucking shitting me. Now we get fucking Miz TV. Great. Great. So Xavier says, I'll watch SmackDown after this pay-per-view probably. And also they need to hire me as a security guard. Yeah, right. Who do they hire for these security guards, bro? Like anybody else could be a much better security guard than these fucking clowns. Like a little tiny push in the dust air would knock them down. Like, who hires these fucking people? Same thing with the referees. Like, dumb as rocks are a lot of these referees. Even a small blow wind will easily knock them down. There's a reason I call the security guards the security bums. There's a reason for that. Oh, and 9 o'clock, as Denise would say, it's brownie time.
Yep.
And somewhere, hopefully, Denise is watching, as she knows. She knows 9 o'clock is brownie time. So, shout out to Denise, by the way, from one half of Queens of the Ring with Sarah. They may have a very good point. They need to get rid of the women's tag team titles.
Yep.
If you were to get rid of the women's tag team titles, I think that opens the door, honestly, for a lot of the lower card women who are pigeonholed in the women's tag team division that could really break out in the mid card for the women's US or women's IC titles. Instead, they're pigeonholed in a tag team in this women's tag division with women's tag titles that do absolutely nothing for anybody. They're worthless. I feel like it's holding them down. When NXT got rid of them for their women's division, it was the best thing. And look where they're at now.
Hold on. Shout out to my guy Day from my other network, Steampunk Entertainment. He was in the chat, and then he said that they're waiting on the Tonga twins
You mean
for the
Grills of
tag
Destiny?
titles. Huh?
You mean the Grills of Destiny?
Yeah, is that what they are? Okay.
Yeah, the GOD from New Japan, Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa.
No, I'm talking about the girls for the women's tag titles.
Yeah, yeah, those ones.
Yep.
Yeah. So Chelsea Green's the women's U.S. champion. They got apparently Piper Niven as well as Alba Fire with her. I actually like this.
Oh, yeah?
2 Scottish women with Chelsea Green. I like it.
Yep.
This could potentially lead to maybe a potential mid-card story where Chelsea Green has Piper Niven. Now she's got Alba Fire. Eventually, Chelsea's going to have to choose either Alba or Piper. She's going to choose Alba, I think, over Piper. This is going to get Piper get so jealous. She's going to quit this alliance and go on her own, leading to Piper versus Chelsea at a potential feud. And then Alba and Piper, because the former Kaylee Ray, Alba Fire, the former Kaylee Ray, she was in NXT UK. She feuded in NXT UK with Piper Niven. And they had a very underrated feud in like late 2020 in NXT UK during the pandemic. They had a very underrated feud when Kaylee Ray was NXT UK Women's Champion down there at the time in late 2020. Very good stuff. So they could relive that history on the main roster, but as Alba Fire and Piper Niven. So that could be. I wouldn't mind that at all. But if it also leads to Chelsea Green versus Piper Niven down the line, I'm for that too. And Piper Niven's very underrated. She's not bad in the ring at all.
Yep.
Oh, they're showing, oh my God. They're showing Jinder Mahal when he was WWE champion, and then they had him lose the title in London to AJ Styles. Remember that? This is a few weeks before the 2017 Survivor Series.
Yep.
They're showing this right now. Why, Triple H? Why are you showing us this fucking Jinder Mahal reign of terror? Thank God AJ Styles saved us all in November 7th of 2017, ending this Jinder Mahal 6-month reign of terror when he was the WWE champion. One of the worst world champions of all time was Jinder Mahal, outside of the Great Khali and Jack Swagger. But now we got Miz TV.
Oh!
There we go. Tiffany Stratton and Charlotte Flair. And Tiffany and Charlotte are still going at it.
Okay, so this is where it's going to happen.
Yeah.
All right, here it comes.
Yep. Tiffany's at the top of the Tron. Tiffany's at the top, at the Tiffy top. Swanton off the Videotron. This Tiffany's trying to take out Charlotte Flair and the security jobbers. Charlotte booed, very negative reaction, not for the right reasons. Charlotte Flair and Tiffany Stratton, much bigger pop. I'm hoping WWE is listening to this, and they need to do and they need to have and Tiffany goes over at WrestleMania. I'm hoping they're listening to this. Charlotte does not need to win, period, at WrestleMania. Charlotte winning at WrestleMania is a mistake.
Yep.
If Charlotte wins at Mania, you're just going to piss a lot of people off, and not for the right reasons. People just genuinely don't want to see. I mean, oh, but Charlotte is a better heel. People genuinely don't want to see this woman. She was gone for a year. Who missed her? Not me. Not many people.
Me.
In fact, I feel like the division was much better when she wasn't there. They don't need Charlotte anymore. In fact, as far as I'm concerned, things have passed Charlotte by in the WWE with women in NXT, Julia, Stephanie Becker, Jordan Grace, etc., etc. Others coming in from possibly from AEW, and then they have Evolve. Then people from NXT. Then they'll call up to the main roster from NXT. Things have passed Charlotte by to the point where if she was gone from WWE tomorrow, it would be no major loss. It would not hurt the company whatsoever. In fact, I think it would make them and their women's division that much fucking better. They don't need Charlotte Flair anymore. She was gone for a year. Nobody missed her. The division was so much better without her. They don't need Charlotte anymore. People just genuinely don't want to see her. Heel or not. People just don't want to see her, period. Now we got Miz TV and special guest Cody Rhodes. Barcelona, Spain, singing Kingdom by Downstate. Beautiful thing to see, though. Whether you're a Cody Rhodes fan or not, you got to admit this is great to see. Whoa! Now, Cody Rhodes is wrestling John Cena at WrestleMania for the WWE Championship. You got The Rock involved. And you have Miz TV with special guest Cody Rhodes. You know The Miz in 2011 also has history with John Cena and The Rock. When Miz was WWE Champion in 2011, going into WrestleMania 27 in Atlanta that year, The Rock was a special guest for that year's Mania. Miz in the main event defended the title against John Cena. That set up Cena and Rock for WrestleMania 28 in Miami the next year in 2012. I wonder if they're going to have Miz get berated by Cena and Rock during this build.
Who knows?
Or you know what they should do with this build? Cena's a heel now. Beating the shit out of R-Truth.
That's what Joe said.
Because John Cena's R-Truth's childhood hero, and Cena's a heel. Have Cena beat the shit out of R-Truth. That would get Cena some massive heel heat. And do Cena versus Truth before Mania down the line before Mania on a match. Maybe the Smackdown before Mania.
Well, there that goes.
Well, that was a short-lived Miz TV. Thanks for coming, Miz. And he eats a crossroads from the champ Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes got a mic. Here we go. Here we go.
That's his name. It's like that meme.
Cena sucks. Cena sucks. Cena sucks. Short and sweet promo, man. No Cody talking the Miz. Good. No one wants to see Miz TV. Take up time. So Cody beat the shit out of Miz before Miz TV even started. Good. Good. And short and sweet segment, man. Short and sweet. Got to the point. We're going to get Cody and Cena Monday. I'm actually looking forward to that on Monday Night Raw on St. Patrick's Day. That should be very, very good.
Here's Shinsuke.
So Nakamura and Priest backstage.
Mhm. What the hell was that? I don't know what you said. I don't know what you said. But if you want a match, go for it.
Yeah.
The hell?
So it's right now?
Yeah, right now.
Impromptu match.
This is why I want to stream it at 3. I'm just excited for the Cena and Cody.
Yeah.
What is up, Raph?
What's up, Raph?
My guy Raph is building. Oh, here it is. Yeah.
Yes. 1 out for
That's-
2 teasers. Yeah, I thought we'd get him going to Raw, but he's a free agent from AEW. Orange Sky, the power, I like the flying, walking the ropes, high flying, Orange Sky, and then this taunt. I think we know who that is. Ray Phoenix is coming to SmackDown. I
What's
thought
that,
the
Mitch and
Lucha
Nick?
Bros back together on Raw with his brother Penta, but looks like we're getting Ray Phoenix on SmackDown. I don't hate it at all.
I don't either. Oh my God! Halftime forgot his son's birthday's on Monday.
Uh-oh.
He forgot that his wife's birthday was last week.
Chad, I
No,
don't know
they-
what you're
no, they're-
doing, man, but
No, they're fine. They're fine.
oh,
I already know the whole thing. It's fine.
thank goodness. But Ray Phoenix, man, I was talking to Adam Carl earlier today, and he said this before. I think it's better with. I know there's Ray Phoenix and Lucha Bros with Penta as a tag team on Raw. I mean, everyone wants that, get it, but look how popular Penta is on his own right now. I think bringing in Ray Phoenix to put him with his brother Penta on Raw right now is kind of halts Penta's momentum, does him no favors. Because look at how over and popular and red hot Penta is on his own right now. I don't know if you want to halt that by putting Ray Phoenix with his brother Penta on Raw right now. I would have Ray Phoenix, and Adam Carl said this, put Ray Phoenix right now on SmackDown, and then when the time's right, you slowly build that Lucha Bros back together again.
Yeah.
But in WWE. So, and SmackDown needs all the help they can get at this point. Ray Phoenix is very good. I've watched this man live in Poughkeepsie, front row, November 2018, wrestle in the main event of an indie show against Kenny Omega. I'm telling you, Ray Phoenix is that good. He's very good. One of the best luchadors. It's Rey Mysterio, Penta, and Ray Phoenix, the top 3 best luchadors today in the whole world, bar none.
Yep, I agree with that.
Ray Phoenix going to SmackDown is a fantastic move. And he's out of the Tony Khan AEW prison, and he's going to do so well on his own on SmackDown right now. And the thing is about the Lucha Bros, they're not just tag team wrestlers, they're good singles wrestlers as well. I think they're both former Lucha Underground champions. Penta was a former TNA World Champion. Ray Phoenix is a former AEW International Champion. So they can do the tag team and singles thing. They're not just, it's not like some tag teams are good as together, but then they're bad separate. This is not the case with Rey Fenix and Penta, the Lucha Brothers. They're both good tag team and singles guys, so if they were both on their own right now, they'd be just fine. Or anytime, they're just fine. So, and imagine Rey Fenix fighting for the U.S. title against LA Knight. Or Rey Fenix versus a Braun Strowman. Rey Fenix versus Jacob Fatu. And I think, correct me if I'm wrong, Mitch, don't they have a history, Fatu and Phoenix from MLW?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, Jacob Fatu and the Lucha Bros, both Penta and Phoenix. So there's that.
Yeah. Yep,
Rey
he
Fenix
forgot.
versus Drew McIntyre. I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, you're good. Keep going.
But yeah, Rey Fenix versus Jimmy Uso, Rey Fenix versus Carmelo Hayes, Rey Fenix and Andrade, Rey Fenix and Santos Escobar. There's a lot of good matches for Rey Fenix on SmackDown. Plus, SmackDown, though they're going back to 2 hours in June, that show needs all the help they can get at this point. Putting Rey Fenix on the show definitely helps. And look at the masked luchadors in WWE today on the main roster. Rey Mysterio, Dragon Lee, Penta, they're all on Raw. How many masked luchadors does SmackDown have? 0. And they need that for the show. There is Santos Escobar and Andrade who are Lucha Libre wrestlers, but they don't wear a mask, and they're not doing much of anything right now. You put Rey Fenix on the show, not only does it help, but also gives SmackDown that masked luchador face of that brand that they also could use. Like, it almost is like a Rey Mysterio back in the day from SmackDown 02 had that masked Mexican luchador face of that entire brand. Like, Rey Fenix could be the next Rey Mysterio of SmackDown.
He definitely could. He definitely could.
For our next Rey Mysterio when Rey Mysterio eventually retires, hangs up the boots. You're looking for our next Rey Mysterio of this company of WWE? Look no further than Rey Fenix, man. So I think this is a great move.
Yep. And then Chad says, yep, he forgot I told him. Then Halftime said to me, how do I know? Halftime Jr.'s birthday is on Monday. Then he had a... Oh, my God. Yep.
So, Mitch, I'm sure you probably say the same thing I just said about Phoenix. Any other comments about Phoenix?
Nope. I would say the same exact thing.
Yeah. Oh, but there's Andrade and Santos Escobar and Legado del Fantasma. They're not doing shit on SmackDown. They're doing nothing. Put Rey Fenix on there. That gives them a nice big boost.
Yep.
So, I think this is more positive than negative. Rey Fenix on SmackDown. And Penta's great. Rey Fenix is just as good.
He is. Now, Damian Priest is obviously going to win this match. He's obviously going to win.
Nakamura is dead. I'm sorry. He's dead. He's dead in the water.
He wants to leave the company. He wants to leave.
I'm not surprised. I mean, Nakamura is getting up there. I think he's 45 years old. He's just going through the motions, doesn't want to be there. Like, he's not what he used to be. Plus, things have passed him by to the point where if he was to leave the company tomorrow, I would not be upset with it at all. And he's been damaged goods, honestly, since 2017 when Vince McMahon buried him when he fed him to Jinder Mahal. And then by the time Triple H took over last year, it was too late to save him at that point. The damage was already done to Nakamura. I'll never understand why you would feed a guy like Shinsuke Nakamura. So great coming out of New Japan and coming to NXT, having success over there, and you call him up to the main roster and you feed him to Jinder fucking Mahal. Of all people. I don't understand how you could do something like that. I don't. And Shinsuke should have beat him for the WWE title in 2017. And Jinder beat him clean. I'll never forget Hell in a Cell 2017 and SummerSlam that same year where Jinder beat him clean. I remember watching it live. I was so fucking pissed. And Shinsuke should not have lost to him. Period. That was awful.
No, he should not.
WrestleMania 34 with a low blow to AJ Styles. His feud with AJ was over fucking low blows, Mitch. Over low blows. Creative, right?
I know. I hate low blows. I can't stand low blows.
They had that terrible finish between AJ and Shinsuke at Backlash 2018 in New Jersey, of all cities.
I know,
Remember
right?
that? It was stupid. I hated that so fucking much. Then Shinsuke wasn't the same after that. Won the U.S. title 2018 from Jeff Hardy. Did nothing. He tagged with Rusev 2019, early 2019. Went nowhere. Was Intercontinental Champion throughout late 2019, going to the rest of 2019 and going into 2020. Went nowhere. He did have something when he turned back babyface in early 2021. A little mini feud of Roman Reigns had something, but then tagged with Rick Boogs, could have been something, and then it went, and then they did nothing with him after that. They moved him to Raw 2 years ago, did nothing with him. Had a feud with Cody Rhodes. He lost to Cody Rhodes.
Yep.
Lost to Seth Rollins. And then he wins the U.S. title off LA Knight at Survivor Series War Games last year. It went absolutely nowhere. It's one of the worst U.S. champions since Dean Ambrose. And now if he were to leave the company, I don't think it's a bad thing whatsoever. Things have passed him by, and Shinsuke's dead in the water, where I think, honestly, him leaving, I think is the best thing to reinvent himself. I think it's the best thing.
Yep.
And especially with others coming in, Ricky Saints came in. You got Braun Breaker going to the top, going to the moon, and et cetera, et cetera. Things that passed Shinsuke Nakamura by. So if he were to leave the company, if the rumors are true, he is leaving WWE. I don't think it's a big loss. It doesn't harm the company whatsoever. You're not going to lose sleep over it. You won't even realize he's not there. And I don't think it's a bad thing overall. I think it's the best thing for Shinsuke. I don't like to see anyone leave or lose their job, but I think the best thing is for Shinsuke to leave this company and go reinvent himself somewhere else. And if he ever wants to come back, he could. Yeah, I'd love TNA would be a very good landing spot for him. He could reinvent himself there or go to New Japan. Where I don't want to see him is AEW. They have enough problems as it is. He would do fucking nothing. He'd be worse in AEW than in WWE right now. I guarantee if he goes to AEW, Tony Khan will do absolutely fuck all with him. So AEW is not an option. And neither is Ring of Honor. Fuck that. Fuck that. Fuck Ring of Honor. Crazy Juice says Shinsuke back to New Japan. I wouldn't mind that either. And Tony Khan
I would not mean that. What is up, Crazy Juice?
Go ahead, Mitch. You said something about New
Japan.
I
said what's up.
Oh, I thought you said something about Shinsuke in New Japan.
I said TNA. Japan works too.
Yeah, and Tony Khan raided New Japan when he got Okada and Will Ospreay. New Japan could use someone to help their company and promotion out. Enter Shinsuke Nakamura, and he's a former IWGP Intercontinental Champion there. Correct me if I'm wrong as well.
Yeah. Crazy Juice, subscribe to Nick, man. There's a link.
Yeah.
Oh, come on. Damian Priest, that's the old school? His own version of it?
Yeah, with the crossbody like Undertaker, yeah. Except he doesn't do the arm behind the back.
That's my favorite move.
Yeah, it's agile for a man his size. But, I mean, Shinsuke New Japan would not be a bad landing spot at all. He's familiar with the promotion. But if he really wants to reinvent himself, maybe Shinsuke Nakamura goes to TNA. I wouldn't mind it. Nakamura versus Joe Hendry, Nakamura versus Moose, Nakamura versus Mustafa Ali, Nakamura versus Nick Nemeth, Nakamura versus what else you got there? Elijah, the former Elias, now in TNA.
Mm-hmm.
You got a lot of good talent over in TNA, man. They have a very talented.
Oh yeah, you do.
Yeah, what?
You do. Tony Khan needs to focus on the wrestlers he has right now.
I absolutely 1,000% agree. He just got Speedball Mike Bailey. I give it 3 weeks until he's wrestling on Collision. I guarantee it. Tony Khan will do nothing with Mike Bailey in AEW, and he's a guy who should have went to NXT and not AEW. I think him signing with AEW is a mistake. And it's said to be
Drew McIntyre.
Yeah. And I'm hearing rumors Josh Alexander's rumored to sign with AEW. That's
I
a
want him to go
terrible
back
thing.
to TNA.
What?
I want him to stay in TNA. Obviously, that's not where they're going.
I would love to see Josh Alexander go to NXT, reunite with Ethan Page of the North. They were a very good tag team on TNA Impact. So,
I'm going to say this right.
In AEW, Josh Alexander's just going to get lost in the shuffle. He'll be hot for 2-3 weeks, and Tony Khan will put him away in the used toy chest. It's as if Tony Khan's a child who's playing with all of his action figure toys, and he's not running a damn business. That's exactly what it comes off with AEW. Same thing's gonna happen to Mike Bailey and Josh Alexander. I guarantee it. Give it less than a month, they're gonna be right on fucking Collision. Watch.
Yep. Yeah, no, halftime. It's not a shock. And I'm gonna say this: Drew McIntyre's gonna lose at Mania.
You think so?
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's gonna be by a fruit roll. It's gonna be by a fruit roll up.
I doubt it, but that's your opinion. I'm actually gonna go Drew McIntyre beating Damian Priest at WrestleMania. And if you're going to have Drew beat Priest at Mania, Drew needs to just fucking destroy him, squash him. That's what it should be. Because Priest eliminated McIntyre from the Rumble, eliminated McIntyre first from the Chamber. So the right booking decision is to have Drew go into this match at Mania with Priest and have Drew just Claymore him, squash Priest and beat him 1, 2, 3. That's how I'm booking this match at WrestleMania if I was booking it.
Here come the steel steps.
Yeah, McIntyre's got the steel steps in his hands. Ooh, and steel steps right in the face of Damian Priest. Damian Priest is out. But yeah, I agree with you, Crazy Juice. Tony Khan needs to focus on the wrestlers he has right now. Absolutely. Another Claymore on Damian Priest. I actually don't hate this idea for WrestleMania and Priest versus McIntyre, and there is a lot of history with this. Dating back to last year, they mentioned WrestleMania, Clash at the Castle. So they are mentioning that, which I appreciate. So I don't think it's the worst idea. Could it be better? Yes, but I don't hate it. So I think it could be good stuff, and I really like that beatdown from Drew. It made him look like a savage. So I don't hate it at all. So also, guys, I'm just watching this show and also looking at highlights on X from TNA Sacrifice. Fightful apparently tweeted out 17 minutes ago. Apparently, the Meta Girls just showed up at TNA Sacrifice. Lash Legend and Jakar Jackson from NXT.
Oh, okay. The partnership.
Yeah, the TNA NXT partnership, man, with Ava and Santino Marella. Apparently, they confronted the. They confronted the Ash by Elegance. I think they just won the Knockouts tag titles. TNA Sacrifice. Yeah, Ash by Elegance and Heather by Elegance and the Personal Congier. They defeated They defeated Spitfire, the team of Danny Luna from NXT UK and Jody Threat for the TNA Knockouts World Tag Team Championship. The Ash by Elegance, the former Dana Brooke, and Heather by Elegance with the Personal Congier. The Ash and Heather by Elegance just won the Knockouts tag titles. They just got confronted 17 minutes ago, almost 20 minutes ago, by Lash Legend and Jakara Jackson of the Meta Girls. So there's that. Also on Sacrifice, TNA Sacrifice is Mustafa Ali. He just beat Mike Santana.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Liking what Ali's doing. I am liking what Mustafa Ali's doing, by the way, these days in TNA. I think he's been doing great work. And Mike Santana is not bad either. He's actually another good talent.
He's not.
He's not what?
I said he's not.
Not bad at all. No, he's very good. Broke out from LAX with Ortiz. Mike Santana's wrestled for House of Glory. The guy is so good. He's a guy who should be on the big stage. I would love to see a guy like him on NXT competing down there.
I would too.
And apparently left on TNA Sacrifice, we got Masha Slamovich versus Cora Jade for the TNA Knockouts Championship. Moose versus Jeff Hardy in a ladder match for the TNA X Division Championship. In the Steel Cage 10-man tag match of Joe Hendry, Matt Hardy, Elijah, and Leon Slater and Nick Nemeth versus the System, JDC, Brian Edwards, and JDC, Brian Myers, and Eddie Edwards, and then the Colognes, Primo and Epico. Eddie Colon and Orlando Colon. Eddie Colon is the former Primo Colon, and Orlando Colon is the former Epico Colon. And Alicia Edwards at ringside for the System and the Colognes team. I think Joe Hendry's team wins this match.
Yep.
Moose is going to beat Jeff Hardy because Jeff Hardy's one half of the TNA World Tag Team Champions. And the Hardys had a very good match at Roadblock this past Tuesday against Fraxium. Very good stuff in New York City. Then Masha Slamovich and Cora Jade should be some good stuff.
Mm-hmm. That should be good, yep.
So like I said, TNA's got a very talented roster. They got a lot of good guys and girls down there.
He does. They do.
And their commentary team's very good as well. Tom Phillips and Aiden English.
Yep.
I'll still never understand why they let Tom Phillips go in 2021 from WWE. He was so good. Why would you let him go? I don't understand it. Well, maybe one day he commentates again for WWE one day. We'll see. I remember at one point Scott Demore used to write for TNA.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, and I wonder what he's doing nowadays, where he's signed. If he's going to AEW, going to WWE. He's a free agent.
He is.
Where do you think he could go? Or what? Or better yet, what do you think? Which company needs him more?
I don't know. I wish I could say. No, you go.
I'll let you go. Since you said, I'll let you go.
No, you go. You go.
I would say AEW probably could use him, but I don't think they're gonna allow him to, because he has great ideas. I don't think Tony Khan's gonna ever let someone do better than he's doing.
I was going to say Ring of Honor.
Because Tony Khan thinks he he's always right and he's never wrong. But I mean, Ring of Honor could be, but that I don't know. Is it too late to even save that show at this point? Maybe I'll give it a shot, but I don't know. But imagine if Scott D'Amore wrote for NXT. Scott D'Amore writing for NXT. Thoughts?
I like it.
Yeah. I don't think that's a bad move at all. In fact, I think it would probably make the show a lot better. And they got Alba Fire Piper Niven with Chelsea Green.
There's a pop.
Randy Orton, man. What a damn pop for the Viper. Randy Orton, he goes one-on-one with Carmelo Hayes on SmackDown. Next, but my goodness. The international crowds are a whole nother breed, man. They are so passionate.
Yep.
UK crowds are always great. They never disappoint. And I'm going to say it again, the international crowds are better than the US crowds. Facts.
Oh my God, yes.
Really, yeah. Like, look at a lot of the US crowds sit there on their hands and knees and in library silence. You don't see any of that with the international crowds.
You don't.
I know they don't do international shows often with this company, but when they go internationally, overseas, the crowd reactions are just so just off the charts, bar none, awesome. The crowd reactions for the international crowds. Like they know wrestling, they know the business. When they go overseas, they always have that switch on. Those international crowds. When it's U.S. crowds, it's like hit or miss.
They just they don't get wrestling a lot there, so that's why they get all these big pops.
That's another good point as well. That's another thing. That's another thing right there, and I absolutely agree with you, Mitch. It's a very good detail you put in right there.
Yeah, I'll be right back.
Yeah, but when they go to the United States and they get a lot of wrestling shows often because it's American Wrestling Company, is WWE, not just internationally. But I mean, US gets it a lot more than international, but I feel like these like sometimes with a wrestling show in the US, Raw, SmackDown, depending on the city, if it's like a middle nowhere hick town, like somewhere in middle nowhere in Tennessee, it's very usually those crowds are like dead, sitting on their hands and knees, not making any peep or pop or reaction. And the crowd does really make or break a show. If the crowd is not good, that just doesn't want to make any noise, sits on their hands and knees. It's like almost sitting at a church. It's like, you guys are at a wrestling show or what are you doing? Like a crowd really makes or breaks a show. if the crowd is a half-ass crowd, it really brings the show down. But if it's like a crowd like New York or like Texas or Florida State or other places, other wrestling cities, Chicago, New Jersey, when you have cities like that, more times than not, the crowd reaction during the show usually delivers and usually makes the show watchable. Whereas if it's like the middle of nowhere in Mississippi or Kentucky or Tennessee or Idaho, if it's middle of nowhere towns like those cities, usually the crowd's half asleep by like 15, 20 minutes after 8. And it's just sitting there in library silence like a bunch like crickets, and they just don't make a peep. And it really just brings the show down. And that's a fact right there. And it's like, if it's a half-ass crowd, the show suffers and the show fails, and it doesn't make the show good. But when you have, and whether the show is good or bad, like creatively booked, a certain show, if you could have a bad or good show, but if you have a crowd that's even more good, it makes the show somewhat passable and watchable. If it's a good crowd, if it's New York, Chicago, etc. If it's cities like them, or like New Jersey or Boston, Massachusetts, places like them, Connecticut. Sure, missing another city. Like those cities. Something like that. But if it's cities like them, they really, like, because they're passionate about their wrestling, they always are a great crowd. Especially New York, man. New York State is very passionate about the wrestling. They know their wrestling, they know the business, and they're very, very fucking passionate about the sport of professional wrestling. And they just get it. And the New York crowds, especially New York City crowds, are always a great crowd. Like, if it's crowds like them, it really makes the show. If it's a crowd like somewhere in like middle Tennessee or West Virginia, if it's crowds like that, it really does, like, which crowds like them, like middle nowhere town crowds like them usually bring the show down because they usually don't make it much pops, or like Lafayette, Louisiana, which they don't make much pops, and it brings the show down when they don't make any noise. That really hurts the show. So crowd at the end of the day does really make or break a show. International crowds, same thing, like New York City crowd, Chicago crowd. They always make a noise. They don't sit there on their hands and knees and just sit down most of the show. Like, they're always standing up, making a noise, making a big reaction, sing along to wrestler's theme song, and they really, truly make the show that much better and truly make the show overall as a whole. And they're just very passionate. Like, they just love and care for wrestling. They just love wrestling and care about wrestling so much. And it shows. And it's a beautiful thing to see that, like, especially international crowds, like UK crowds, they always, like, their energy, their passion really makes things with wrestling that much better, because like just they're just that much amount of passion they got for this great sport of pro wrestling. It just, and that their energy, their passion and love for the sport, when they go overseas and they got a show and their energy makes the show better. It's just a beautiful thing to, it's a beautiful thing to see and to withhold. It really is. So we're on commercial right now. Randy Orton versus Carmelo Hayes going on right now on Smackdown. We're on a commercial break. This should be pretty good with Orton and Hayes. Should be really good stuff. And they got a Twisted Tea commercial. Not a big drinker. I love iced tea, but never had Twisted Tea. But you know what? I'm not really a big drinker. I don't really drink a lot of beer or wine, to be honest. So, I mean, some people like beer, some people don't. That's just or some people like wine, some people don't like wine. But hey, different taste buds. That's just my opinion. So, No, some people drink, some people don't, but that's okay. I don't drink, but that's just me. They're still on commercial, by the way. Drink my water. So back from commercial break. Carmelo Hayes versus Randy Orton, the Viper. And Carmelo Hayes chop block and Randy Orton working on the leg. Super kick from Mello on Orton. Cover 1, 2. Kick out at 2 from the Viper. And Carmelo Hayes now in control of Mr. Orton. And Carmelo Hayes with some kind of headlock, chinlock on Orton, and the body scissors from Mello. Mello Hayes working on Orton, and Orton trying to fight out of this move. Orton fighting back. Carmelo Hayes with a super kick to the midsection of Randy. Orton gets ice roped in the corner. Comes back with a clothesline to Carmelo Hayes. Randy Orton comeback. Classic Orton clothesline. Scoop slam. This is classic Viper, Apex Predator, Randy Orton. And Orton's feeling it. So is this crowd in Barcelona, Spain. And Orton now. Carmelo Hayes on the ropes. Draped via Randy Orton. Uh-oh, here we go. Randy Orton rope hung DDT. No. Carmelo Hayes rolled out of it. Carmelo Hayes springboard. Oh! Randy Orton caught him and made her with a power slam, a scoop slam to Orton. That was very nice from the Viper. Caught Carmelo Hayes right in midair when Melo was going for that springboard crossbody. Beautiful counter from Randy Orton. But not enough to put Carmelo Hayes away. Got to Carmelo Hayes kicked out at 2.5. And now this time Randy Orton's going for the rope hung DDT. And he hits it this time. Rope hung DDT delivered by the Viper. Spike and Carmelo Hayes. And Randy Orton getting the crowd fired up. Here we go. Randy Orton's getting the crowd all ready for the 3 most devastating letters in the history of this business, this sport. RKO. And Mello saw it coming and he rolls out of the ring. Carmelo Hayes, Randy Orton was getting ready to set up for the RKO, but Mello Hayes wisely rolls out of the ring. And Carmelo Hayes hanging Randy Orton up with the top rope. And Carmelo Hayes with a smile on his face. What's he thinking? Melo's climbing the top rope. And here we go. Nothing but net missed. Bicycle kick to the midsection. Carmelo Hayes. Oh! Springboard to a front DDT for Mello. Really nice from Carmelo Hayes, but Randy Orton kicks out. Very nice move from Mello. Not enough to put Randy away. This has been a very good match so far, ladies and gentlemen. Very, very good match with Carmelo Hayes and Randy Orton right here on Friday Night SmackDown from Barcelona, Spain. What's Carmelo Hayes thinking here? He's halfway across the ring. What is Carmelo Hayes thinking here? Randy Orton cuts him off. Carmelo Hayes fighting back. Randy and Carmelo trading rights with each other. Carmelo Hayes is on the top rope. Randy with rights and elbows to Mello. And Randy Orton now, he's on the top rope. Is he going for superplex to Carmelo Hayes? He hits it. Randy Orton delivers a superplex to Carmelo Hayes. Randy Orton pulling himself up. Crowd's getting fired up once more. Vince Chan RKO right here in Mandrick Spain, and Randy Orton setting it up. He's stalking his prey. The Viper's coiled. He's about to strike. Carmelo Hayes with an RKO. No, it's countered. Code breaker. No, Randy counters. RKO again. No, countered again. Code breaker from Carmelo Hayes. Hits it this time. RKO out of nowhere. Out of nowhere to RKO. Right after Carmelo Hayes hit the code breaker. 1.
There we go.
2, 3. Wow.
There we go. There we go.
That RKO truly comes out of nowhere. Take nothing away from Carmelo Hayes. Even though he lost, he looked very good in defeat.
He did. Where's KO?
And look at Randy now. Uh-oh. What the hell is Randy Orton doing here? Uh-oh. Oh! Oh! Carmelo Hayes, the way he sold that second RKO, man, spiked them, did Randy. And he shoved Orton in the face. That's what happens when you mess with the Viper. Never mess with the Viper. Uh-oh. Is he going for the punt? No. No. Don't do this,
No.
Randy. Don't do this. Oh.
Oh, there's KO.
Kevin Owens. And Owens and Randy are brawling near the front of the barricade of the crowd. And Owens shoved Orton to the ring post, and Owens running away like a scalded dog. Randy Orton seething, and Owens running away. Yeah, that was crazy that Samoan hit Batista through the barricade
Yeah.
early in the night.
Uh-huh. That was crazy.
Absolutely. How about the dog walk your ass? His MLW promo, Jacob Fatu. I love it. I love Jacob Fatu.
When are they actually going to start?
Oh, here we go. Gunta from Monday Night Raw, the World Heavyweight Champion, Darren General. Live, well, right here, not live, but Madrid, but Barcelona, Spain for SmackDown. Gunta.
Yeah.
Now, I know he's from Raw, and I know there's a brand split, but I mean, it's the UK. It's Gunther. How are you going to be against that? But what a treat to have Gunther here tonight on SmackDown. So Gunther here tonight on SmackDown. And guys, I don't want to spoil it, but you're in for a treat for his opponent tonight. It looks like Gunther's wrestling.
Yeah, it looked like it.
Definitely in for a treat. You're going to love this.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Yeah, I won't spoil it, but just saying. And they're on the UK tour for 3 weeks the rest of this month.
Right?
I like these international crowds, man. I really do. There's just something special about them.
I do too.
Always make they always make the show better with their fashion. They just make the show that much more watchable and better. So the Sixers lost, huh?
Yeah, it's normal. It's normal now. It's just like, it is what it is.
Sixers. MLB. Oh, the Yankees beat the Phillies tonight.
Oh, really? Yeah, I saw that.
Yes.
It's spring training.
I thought no, it's spring training, but hey, we got a win over the Phillies.
Yeah, your pitcher's out for the year.
That sucks.
Garrett Cole, yeah.
Yeah. We honestly should have won the World Series last year. We really should have. The New York Yankees. The MLB season should start pretty soon, though. I think. Boston Celtics meet the Miami Heat today.
Yeah. Yep. Boston's the best team in the league, or it's second best.
Oh, yeah, the 76ers lost to the Pacers tonight. Or today. The Pacers' record is 22-44. Uh-oh, here, the second teaser. Looks like Ray Phoenix coming to SmackDown, but the smoke and 4. This second teaser for tonight, the smoke, and you see the 4 number. Guys, I think I know who this is. I think we know who this is. Let's just say he is a Dutch destroyer. Looks like he's Aleister Black. It's got to be for Aleister Black. There's a reason Triple H moved Zelina Vega. There's a reason Triple H moved Zelina Vega, Aleister Black's wife, to SmackDown recently via the transfer window. Aleister Black is coming back home to WWE, and SmackDown is going to be his home. So SmackDown is going to get Ray Phoenix and Aleister Black. I like it.
I do too.
Two very good additions to SmackDown, and SmackDown needs all the help they can get. You put Phoenix and Aleister on SmackDown, both of them on the show definitely helps a lot.
Yeah.
And if you think about it, and I don't like to compare anybody to Undertaker much at all, Aleister Black could really be the current modern era's Undertaker.
Yep.
Like, he was a locker room leader. Like, he was like the top dog on the show.
Mm-hmm.
And Vince could have had Aleister Black as that, but he threw him away like yesterday's garbage. Never really gave him a chance at all. But now with Triple H in charge, and the fact that Aleister Black's a big Triple H guy, he will do just fine with his second run in WWE. He will be just fine. And he's going to do very well.
He will.
He will be a world champion with a not much long time at all. So I'm very excited for Aleister Black coming back home to WWE where he belongs. He should have never been released in the first place 4 years ago. The number 4 years ago, 2021 in June, he was released and very foolishly. The guy black masked Big E on SmackDown. Then 2 weeks later, he's cut for no reason, when the guy should have never been cut at all. And he didn't even want to leave. He wanted to stay. And now 4 years later, 2025, he's coming back home.
Yep.
So I'm excited. Ray Phoenix and Aleister Black on SmackDown, man. I'm pumped for that.
Me too.
Gunther, World Heavyweight Champion from Raw, the ring general. He's facing right now one half of the NXT Tag Team Champions from Madrid, Spain, Axiom. One half of Fraxium. We're getting Axiom on SmackDown, man. We're in for a treat.
Wow.
Axiom versus Gunther, man. I love it.
Wow.
We're in for a treat, people. You're going to love
that. That is crazy.
And this is not Axiom's first time on SmackDown. I think, didn't he wrestle Dragon Lee on SmackDown in late 2023?
Maybe. I don't know.
He had a very good match with Dragon Lee. I remember watching it, but against Gunther here on SmackDown, man, man. Better make the popcorn, get the drinks. This is going to be great. And the pop that Axiom got, man, in his home country in Spain. He's the former A-Kid from NXT UK, a former NXT UK Heritage Cup champion. He's wrestled Gunther in NXT UK when Gunther was Walter. He is one half of the current NXT Tag Team Champions is Axiom with Nathan Frazier of the tag team Fraxium. They just had a very good match with the Hardy Boys, Matt and Jeff Hardy, for the TNA Tag Team titles this past Tuesday on NXT Roadblock at the theater in Madison Square Garden. Very good match with the Hardys on Tuesday. And now, 3 days later, Axiom is going one-on-one with Raw's World Heavyweight Champion Gunther, man. Crazy. And maybe this is a tryout for one half of Fraxium, because I do think Fraxium could very well get called up to the main roster after WrestleMania, and I think that's what could be. And honestly, Mitch, Fraxium for months has been ready for the main roster. They should have been the main roster months ago. I'd love to see him on Raw or SmackDown, and they'd kill it. Either brand they're going to fucking kill it. They're like, Fraxium is that good. They're the best tag team in this company today. Don't act.
They are. They are.
They are so good, like Paul London and Brian Kendrick back from almost 20 years ago, when they were tag team champions for almost a year. They were a very, very underrated tag team. Very fun tag team to watch. They were so good. Both London and Kendrick reminded me so much of the Rockers from back in the day. Same thing with Fraxium. Oh, caught Gunther in the ropes with an armbar. Dope boots to the face of Gunther. Gunther's yelling, "Come on, show me what you got." Axiom's fighting back to Gunther with boots. Oh! Gunther just caught him with a chop, man. Axiom, I hope your chest is okay, buddy. Out of nowhere, ran right into a Gunther chop, a vicious one at that.
Yep.
I don't know. Would you rather take a Gunther chop or a Bronson Reed tsunami?
Neither.
But, man, that was brutal. Out of nowhere with a Gunther chop, man. But it's so nice to see Axiom, man. Really is.
Yep.
I wouldn't be surprised if we get Nathan Frazier the next couple weeks.
I wouldn't be either.
Maybe we get Nathan Frazier on Raw. Or on SmackDown next week or the week after that. I'm making a bold prediction on that.
Okay.
Anytime Raw or SmackDown during remaining, like, they're in the UK until March 31st, I think, right?
Yeah.
I give it by March 31st that Nathan Frazier's competing on Raw or SmackDown in a singles match.
Yeah.
I'm making a bold prediction on that right here, right now. So if it happens, you know where you heard it.
Mm-hmm.
And actually working on the leg of Gunther.
Yeah,
Excellent
good match so far.
Yeah, very good match. Oh, what a missile drop kick from Axiom, man. Yeah, really good stuff so far. It's actually been not a bad show at all tonight.
It's not.
The crowd really made the show tonight.
Mm-hmm.
it just goes to show when you were out for a little bit during the Orton and Carmelo Hayes match, I said it here. The crowd really makes or breaks a show. If it's a half-ass BS, like ungrateful, just shit crowd, like middle of nowhere, Kentucky or Idaho, if it's a crowd like that, it really brings the show down. But if it's a crowd like New York City or Chicago or Florida or Texas or like international crowd like this, then it really makes the show that much better and watchable.
Yeah.
Just look at the crowd tonight, man. Incredible.
The crowd is insane.
It is. I think, aren't they going to be in Belgium this Monday?
I think.
I can only imagine how
Oh, that was close.
Oh my, he kicked out. Axiom kicked out. Gunther powerbomb and Axiom kicked out.
Uh-huh.
Wow. Wow. What a match. Gunther's on the top rope. Axiom stops him in his tracks. Oh, no way. He's not kicked the Spanish fly at the top rope on Gunther. No freaking way. Axiom rocking Gunther. Oh, man. Oh. Axiom tried the Frank Sutter. Oh! Hurricane run off the top rope.
Oh, my God.
Oh, super kick or a ratio kick. 1, 2. Oh. Wow. Wow, that was close. I almost got Gunther. And you know what, Mitch? It was believable. And Daniel Bryan, yes, kicks. Oh, that chop you could hear from Gunther.
Mm-hmm.
The Axiom come back with more yes kicks. Gunther chop blocked. Uh-oh. Axiom submission. Like some kind of stretch muffler, regal stretch. Uh-oh. Gunther's got Axiom, though. One-arm powerbomb. Oh, clothesline. Turn Axiom inside out. Another powerbomb on Axiom. Stacks him up. It's over.
Good match.
Very good match.
I'll take it. I'll fucking take it. That was good.
Yeah. And very good showing by Axiom tonight. Very good showing. If this doesn't show that Fraxium's ready for the main roster, I don't know what does.
Oh, come on.
Gunther's post-match, he's putting Axiom in the sleeper, putting Axiom to sleep. Axiom is out. He's not even moving.
Good.
Security
what is
guards
up, Jeffrey? Smackdown was good. Yeah, Nick said that like 5 minutes ago.
Yeah. Smackdown's been very good tonight. Axiom is out.
Now we got one more match.
Yeah. Tag team title match. Street Profits DIY. It's a main event.
Yeah, he wants to send a message to Jey Uso. I don't think that's that. Maybe it does, but I don't see it. Oh, Next week, Roman's going to be on SmackDown.
Oh no, next.
Yeah, but next week, Roman Reigns is going to be on SmackDown.
Yes.
Yeah. That's going to be a fun one.
Yeah, and I think CM Punk's advertised too, or no? Was he taken off?
From what I saw, it's only Roman. From what I saw.
No. And then we get Liv Morgan and Jade Cargill next week. Should be good.
Yeah. That's Jay Cargill's first match in like God knows how long. Yeah. Jeffrey,
Yeah.
did you watch SmackDown earlier? Like, did you change your VPN and stuff? Because a lot of people were doing that.
How do you spell it? Bologna? Bologna, Italy?
Yeah.
Bologna, Italy.
I don't think it's that. It's Barcelona.
Barcelona.
Yeah.
I tried my best to pronounce it, but
No,
it's okay.
it says it's Bologna, I think.
Bologna. All right.
Yeah.
Bologna, Italy for SmackDown next week.
Scroll. So, do you know the YouTubers, the Stats Club Wrestling?
Yes, I did
So
hear it recently in the news.
You heard that Dante quit.
I did, yeah.
I like him more than the other guy.
The Stash Club guy?
Yeah, I like Dante more. He's the reason I was watching it, to be honest.
They weren't bad.
No.
Then apparently something happened to Wheezy Blonde.
What?
I think she was on X and now it's like I don't know if she deactivated her Twitter or whatnot or what's happening with her, but I hope she's okay.
Because
it was like over some opinion and then she said something, some kind of opinion, and then it's like some troll or two said something, and then I don't know if she just deactivated her X. I wouldn't blame her because X is a fucking cesspool.
Yeah, her Twitter's gone.
Yeah, someone was harassing. Yeah, Jeffrey Reimer said someone was harassing her online. Fuck the troll who harassed her. Fuck the troll who harassed Wheezy Blonde on social media. That's terrible. And I do hope she's okay though. But that's terrible. What that fucking idiot troll on social media did to her. Fuck that troll.
I just saw her tweet earlier today or yesterday.
Yeah. That was terrible. Should have never happened. Fuck the guy who fucking harassed her. Fuck them. Fuck them. Clearly that guy's got nothing going on in his life. The troll who bullied Wheezy Blonde off of X. People like that have no fucking life. Though people like that need to go touch some fucking grass. Fuck them.
Yeah.
And he said this the second time someone harassing her. Shake my head, hate those people. Those fucking
still on
losers,
Instagram.
Those fucking losers haven't seen like those fucking losers haven't felt the warmth of the sun in like 15 years. They have no fucking life. It's like, go touch some grass, go get some exercise, and find something meaningful to do with your life instead of bullying somebody for no fucking reason on social media. Wheezy Blonde didn't even do anything wrong. She just simply stated an opinion, and you're going to come after her for just stating a fucking wrestling opinion?
This is what she said on her community tab 8 hours ago. Hi guys, fear not. I may not be on X, but I'm still here. For the next 3 weeks, I will be live in real time wherever Raw and SmackDown is airing. This means today I will be live for SmackDown at 3 p.m. Eastern. The rest of the month is follows. So I'm actually going to take a screenshot of this actually for me. So I got the times. All my reaction clips that I post on Instagram will not be posted until the episode airs in the US. That's where it will be rolled out in real time starting at 8 p.m. Eastern. So there you go.
So she's all right. I'm thank goodness for that. Thank
Yeah.
goodness she's okay. She didn't deserve that whatsoever. What happened to
No.
her? Jeffrey Reimer says Wheezy is an awesome soul online, never bothers no one.
No.
Wheezy
Oh,
Blonde is
remember that other guy? Tesk, I think. Teska? Mr. Teska. You know who I'm talking about.
Test guy who fake reacted to the top dollar.
It was this guy. Hold on.
Showing the
I'll tell you
highlights
in a
from Raw in
second.
the Garden with the main event.
It's this guy. Let me share the screen. This guy?
Oh, him.
Yeah. He
I've heard-
hasn't uploaded in like months. He's done.
I heard I think he harassed Wheezy Blonde or some. I think he harassed a female. I think didn't he harass Wheezy Blonde a while ago
I
on
forget.
social media? And this is around the same time he fake reacted to Top Dollar on Impact.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah, it says, yeah, Test guy, he was annoying Wheezy too. And I think, correct me if I'm wrong, Jeffrey Reimer, I think Teska's also, I don't want to say a pedophile.
Yeah. Here's Paul Heyman.
The Test guy's a fucking piece of shit. Fuck him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you, Mitch. I think he's done. Like, he has a lot of heat on him right now, and not for the right reasons. And JD's called him out. Wheezy's called him out. I think Conman's called him out. And the Dr. Zanzip called him out too. You got Paul Heyman on the mic.
Huh?
Paul Heyman's on the mic in the ring.
Yep.
But yeah, several in the YWC's called Mr. Teskout on his bullshit. And rightfully so. So, yeah, well, I suppose in like a couple months.
Who?
The Test guy?
Yeah, he's done. He's done.
Yeah. With what he did recently, I agree.
Yeah, he got in some complaint from content creators too about taking advantage of him. And yep.
He's a fucking pedophile. Mr. Teska's a fucking pedophile. He's done for.
Mm-hmm.
And then he said, and then Jeffrey Reimer says, asking for money and not paying people back. Yeah, the guy's a fucking, Teska's a piece of shit. Fuck him. Fuck him. I don't blame Wheezy and JD and Conman and Dr. Zanzip. And Mr. Zanzip. I don't blame those guys at all for calling Tesk out on his bullshit.
Right.
Speaking of Seth Rollins, did you see the rumor not long ago? You know how they were calling Bronson Reed Big Bronson Reed, Seth freaking Rollins, Dirty Dominic Mysterio?
Yeah.
They got rid of those nicknames. Now it's just Seth Rollins, Bronson Reed, and Dominic Mysterio. Good.
Right.
It was cringe, and that was a Vince thing, and now they got rid of it. Love it. And Jeffrey
I
Reimer,
know. It's about time.
Big Bronson Reed. Just call him Bronson Reed. We know he's big, Vince. Why the need to give him big Bronson Reed? I don't understand it.
But the Seth freaking Rollins I loved. Like, that made sense.
Yeah. But if he's going heel, maybe it's best to just do Seth
See,
Rollins.
he'll be on SmackDown next week.
Yep, that should be good. Should be really good.
Bologna.
Paul Heyman, you don't gotta boo. Just buy a ticket online. I love Paul Heyman, man, so much. He's great. He's such a good voice, such a good promo, man. And such a savage on the mic. I love it.
Me too. I'm glad for the nickname.
Paul Heyman, man, never change. That was good.
Yep.
But Jeffrey Reimer says, who reacts that way to Top Dollar? Who? AJ Francis, the $0.
Yeah, we gotta love Paul Heyman, man.
Yeah. Bologna, Italy.
Bologna, yep.
Bologna. Bologna. I'm Italian, I should know. It's Bologna, Italy. Roman Reigns returns to SmackDown next week for Bologna, Italy. Got Jade Cargill and Liv Morgan one-on-one on SmackDown next week from Bologna, Italy. Zelina Vega and Piper Niven next week.
Got 2 good matches next week.
Two women's
2
matches,
good female matches. Why are we seeing this match again?
Braun Strowman, Jacob Fatu. I mean, it makes sense what Jacob Fatu did, so.
Yeah.
I don't mind it. Jacob Fatu, Braun Strowman. Here we go. Main event. Tag team titles on the line. The Street Profits and DIY. This should be good. Oh, Legado del Fantasma.
Yeah, I think that's what's gonna happen.
Naomi, I can see ambushing Naomi while Jade is wrestling. Ambushing Jade while Jade is wrestling. Could see that. What if we get the Meta Girls at one point joining Naomi? Attacking Jade Cargill. I'd love to see that. We want the smoke. Street Profits. Here we go. Street Profits, Angelo Dawkins, Montez Ford versus Johnny Gargano. Tommaso Ciampa of DIY for the WWE Tag Team titles. Jeffrey Reimer, that's what I've been saying, Nick. We haven't seen the Meta Girls in weeks, and they've been quiet. They were on TNA Sacrifice tonight, but it doesn't matter. But yeah, I'd absolutely put the Meta Girls on SmackDown with Naomi.
I do too.
Jeffrey Reimer says, y'all gonna love this match. I believe it.
Yeah, I can't wait for it.
Man, we're getting Ray Phoenix and Aleister Black on SmackDown, man. 2 great moves to the show. I love it. I love it. So. Oh, and Backlash Saturday, May 10th is going to be in St. Louis, Missouri.
Yeah, Randy Orton and John Cena are already, what is the word?
Advertised.
Yeah.
What if we get Cena winning the title at WrestleMania? And we get Orton versus Cena at Backlash. What if? Jeffrey Reimer says, let Rey Fenix get some reps on his own, then eventually pair up with the Lucha Bros. Yeah, Jeffrey Reimer, Adam Carlin and I have talked about this before today and earlier today before the stream, that he was like, and I thought about it more and more, and before today, I was like, I think he's got a good point. I think he's onto something, and others have said it too, that I know well. I would have Adam Carl was like, I would have Rey Fenix on his own on SmackDown for now, and then when you get the Lucha Bros back together when the time is right, you slowly build that up. And look at how popular Penta is on his own by himself right now on Raw. He's got so much steam and momentum and buzz behind him. Everyone loves him. He's so damn red hot right now. Where if you put Rey Fenix back with Penta, the Lucha Brothers right now, it would stifle Penta's momentum. It's like you're doing Penta no favors whatsoever. It does no Penta good. Does Penta no good at all. It stifles his momentum when he's this red hot. Why would you just kill that off by putting Rey Fenix back with him on Raw right now? I understand Raw needs tag teams and Raw with the Lucha Bros tag team. I get it, but there's a time and a place for everything. Why blow through it right now? Have them separate on separate shows for now, and when it's time to get them back together, you slowly build that up. And Rey Fenix and Penta are just fine, are just as good, and they're a good tag team, but they're just as good on their own. They're very versatile. There's some tag teams that are better together than they are separate. A lot of teams, but the Lucha Bros are not one of them. They're good tag team and singles. I mean, Penta, he's a former TNA World Champion. Rey Fenix is a former AEW International Champion, and they're former tag team champions in TNA. They have had success in Lucha Underground, AAA, CMLL. They've been tag team champions in AEW as well, and also TNA, which I just mentioned. So they've had success as a tag team and as singles wrestlers. So if you put Rey Fenix on SmackDown by himself and Penta on Raw, I don't think it's a bad move creatively. And SmackDown, could use all the help they can get. I know they're going back to 2 hours in June, but they need all the help they can get. And B, Raw has Rey Mysterio, they have Penta, they have Dragon Lee. There's no masked luchadors on SmackDown that show could use.
Right.
Phoenix in there. Like this guy, Rey Fenix, could be the 2.0 version of Rey Mysterio on SmackDown.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's a great move. Rey Fenix is going to SmackDown.
So here's Jimmy and Gunther.
Ooh. Gunther and Jimmy Uso backstage.
Disrespect, running up on me, talking about how they're gonna tell Jay this and tell Jay that. Well, check this out. At WrestleMania, the ring general drops Wayne Moose and will drop the WWE Heavyweight Championship to the main event. Here at Sin City, we get those.
He yeeted.
Yeet.
Sorry, I was mistaken. We're 36 days away from WrestleMania 41.
Am I the only one that thought I was hoping for Gunther to attack Jimmy Uso to make it personal with Gunther and Jay? Because I haven't felt that yet with Raw with Gunther and Jay going into WrestleMania.
Yeah. Jeffrey, I think that's what's going to happen.
Yes. Penta as the Intercontinental Champion, Rey Fenix as the U.S. Champion. I could see it. Maybe not.
No, not
now,
Rey Fenix.
but-
He's talking about Jimmy Uso.
Oh, Jimmy Uso and holding both U.S.
Jimmy Uso as the U.S. champion and Jay as the WWE champion.
The world champion, but he mentioned U.S.
World
and IC
champion,
champions. He mentioned U.S. and IC champions.
Yeah.
Penta's
The IC title is probably going to go to Penta.
Probably.
Oh, my bad. Oh, okay. Yep.
I wouldn't say Rey Fenix is a U.S. champion right now. Don't rush it. But I could see it at one point. Jeffrey Reimer says, I first saw them in TNA. They are so good together, the Lucha Bros in TNA. Yeah, they were very good in TNA. And there was a rumor in 2019, Triple H wanted to sign them hard to the NXT brand in 2019 when they were free agents, right before AEW started. I could see why. Like, both are very good, both Penta and Phoenix. So I'm very excited for Rey Fenix coming to WWE, and he's going to wrestle a part of the Smackdown roster. Very much looking forward to that. And Rey Fenix is going to do so well for himself in WWE, I'm telling you right now. And Triple H and Rey Fenix are going to show Tony Khan how it's done. And what Tony Khan did to Rey Fenix, putting him in fucking Guantanamo Bay prison, the Alcatraz prison, known as AEW. Icing Rey Fenix, tacking time to his contract for being injured. When Rey Fenix was supposed to have his TNA deal up late last year, and Tony Khan iced him and put tack time to his deal just so Rey Fenix wouldn't go to WWE. Tony Khan being fucking petty and holding Rey Fenix down, not letting him make any money or any extra money, and just treating Rey Fenix so poorly towards the end of his AEW run. Rey Fenix and Triple H are going to give this to Tony Khan. Guarantee it. Relatively soon.
Oh, yeah.
I look forward to that very, very much.
About time.
Dude, NXT in Cincinnati a few weeks ago, Ricky Saints wrestled in a tag team match. I think he teamed with Javon Evans against Ethan Page and Wesley. The fans in NXT Cincinnati chanted, Tony fumbled. Tony fumbled. He fumbled Ricky Starks, now Ricky Saints, and he fumbled Rey Fenix, just like he fumbled Penta. And he's going to fumble Rey Fenix. Tony Khan dropped the ball big time on Rey Fenix. Tony Khan is no one to blame but himself, and I don't feel sorry for him. Oh, but Mike Bailey, Speedball Mike Bailey's in AEW. What is that going to do for AEW? What? Nothing. I give it 2 to 3 weeks before Mike Bailey's wrestling on fucking Saturday Night Collision. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. The guy should have won to NXT, and now he's going to feel like everyone else on the AEW roster in AEW within relatively soon time. Mark my words. Mark my words. And the same thing's going to happen to Josh Alexander if he does indeed sign with AEW. At this point, why would you even sign with AEW at this point, knowing what your future is going to be? Just look at the ending of Revolution, where Christian Cage failed to cash in, when Moxley choked him out, and then look at the Dynamite episode from Wednesday. One of the worst shows ever in the history of AEW and Dynamite. So fucking bad.
Yep.
Jeffrey Reimer says, Thunder Rosa, Deanna should follow suit. Same thing with Chris Statlander. Yeah.
They all need to.
Britt Baker, Camille, Jamie Hayter are 3 others that need to jump ship from AEW to WWE. Wardlow needs to jump ship.
I miss Wardlow.
He disappeared off the face of the earth. He was revealed as one of the members of With the Devil with Adam Cole in the Kingdom. Then he disappeared after that.
Mm-hmm.
It's a crime. A big fucking crime. How do you fuck up somebody like Wardlow? How do you do that? A guy like him should be on TV every week and he has so much potential, Mitch, so much potential. and you drop the ball on a guy like him, you have to be that fucking bad at your job to fumble somebody like that.
You know what's difficult, right? I'm trying to find someone who can stream AEW, and it's very, very difficult.
I know. But, I mean,
It's
it's hard
so
to watch.
difficult.
But at this point, with me, I know I'm bitching and complaining about AEW, rightfully so. I mean, AEW review, they could use someone like me to cover the show and call it out like it is. Honestly. Because AEW was fucking ice cold. They had a good string of good shows for a couple weeks. Now they're back to being shit. Yeah, and Jeffrey Reimer says Hobbs on Wednesday teamed with Hologram. Hologram. Who?
Never even heard of that.
Dude, they're booking him like Goldberg when he was undefeated in WCW. He's basically a figment of Tony Khan's imagination. A big letter H, another lucha that Tony Khan has a fetish for, this fucking lucha fetish, this fucking rental lucha. And he has Hologram undefeated so far in AEW like Goldberg was undefeated in WCW under Eric Bischoff. That's basically what Hologram is. He's all high-flying, no strikes. Like, no one cares about him. He's just another luchador that just, like, Tony Khan has Dralistico, Commander, he's got Hologram, he's got the Beast Mortos. All these fucking luchas in AEW, you can't tell who's who. They all look and feel and wrestle the same. And Hologram is one of them. You can't tell the difference, Mitch. You really can't. Wrestling against Julistico? Oh, and they had Hendrik Serico wrestle Orange Cassidy in the main event. Another lucha wrestling Orange Cassidy in the main event this past Wednesday. You know it's bad when that's the main event.
I gotta ask you, did Orange Cassidy win?
Yep.
Boo. Boo.
They have this international tournament, another fucking tournament that Tony Khan, he has a fetish for luchas and tournaments, and we're getting another tournament in AEW for the international title where basically whoever wins that tournament is losing to Kenny Omega for the international title at Dynasty in Philly. So what's even the point of having the tournament? And Ricochet's in the tournament, and he should win it. And even he's not beating Kenny Omega at Dynasty. So this is a waste of time, this tournament. Oh, yeah, and Harley Cameron, red hot going into Grand Slam in Australia, then lost to Mercedes, and now look what she's doing in a hologram mask with Hologram. Great.
Yeah, Mike Bailey, too?
Yeah, Mike Bailey had no fucking pop. Barely had a pop. He wrestled the Beast Mortos, the first round of the international title tournament. And now we have the third and fourth first round matches tomorrow on Collision. Whoever wins those two matches tomorrow night on Collision, those two winners, and then the two winners from Wednesday's Dynamite now face in a fatal four-way finals match next Wednesday, I think. Whoever wins that gets Kenny Omega at Dynasty for the international title. So not even a tournament first round, then the semifinals and finals. We're just getting first round, then finals being the fatal four-way. Good job there, Tony Khan. Good job there. Such creativity there, boss man TK. As if anyone gives a shit. The AEW product sucks. There's no story. Like, they're 5-6 years they've been around, and they're still doing the same old shit. The indie mentality, no story. It's just matches. You can have a good match, but if you don't have a story, how are the fans supposed to give a shit? They can't. I'm in some mood with AEW tonight, Mitch.
Yeah, I know. Who's gonna watch Collision tomorrow? Not me.
Not me. That's for sure. No one even watches Collision. That show is fucking. It's basically Rampage 2.0. No one watches that shit. The show is dead. It's not been the same since CM Punk left 2 years ago.
It hasn't.
When Punk was there with the start of Collision, he made that show watchable. And then Punk left, and that show became dead. Dead. It's basically Rampage 2.0. And now Rampage is no more. And when Rey Fenix comes to SmackDown, he's going to, the thing is with all these luchas in AEW, nobody stands out. But with Rey Fenix coming to SmackDown, he's going to stand out. He really is. He's going to do so well on SmackDown. He's going to do so well on SmackDown as Rey Fenix. I'm telling you right now. I look forward to Rey Fenix debuting on SmackDown, and a lot of the people on social media giving AEW and Tony Khan so much shit because he fucked up on Rey Fenix. He didn't care for Rey Fenix. And now it's payback time for Rey Fenix. And him and Triple H are going to give this to Tony Khan.
Mm-hmm.
Jericho ripping another mask off in his career. Yeah, Jericho now feuding with Bandito with this Ring of Honor shit on Dynamite. It's terrible. It's terrible. And then Jeffrey Reimer says in the chat, Naomi versus Jade is a better story than what's going on in AEW story. Facts. Tell Jeffrey when he's telling lies. He's not lying. Oh, super blockbuster from the Profits.
No.
1, 2. Ciampa just breaks it up.
What was this whole thing with Christian in AEW? What was that whole thing? Did he have like a briefcase or something?
Like he wants some match for a contract where he can cash it for a world title shot anytime he wants, like a Money in the Bank. It's some dumb thing. Then he cashes it in on Revolution last Sunday, and instead of Christian cashing in and winning, they have Christian fail the cash in, and he gets choked out by John Moxley for Christian to fail the cash in. Stupid. And it made Christian look like an idiot. And it was a terrible ending to otherwise a really good Revolution pay-per-view.
Oh, wow.
Well, Swanton missed. Andrew Dawkins, Swanton missed. Gargano tags in Tommaso Ciampa. It's a good match so far. Running knee from Ciampa. Ciampa's got Dawkins. The fair tail ending super kick. And the fair tail ending. This could be over. Ciampa with cover. 1, 2. Kick out from Angelo Dawkins at 2.5. Wow. Meeting in the middle. Oh! Johnny Gargano accidentally super kicked Tommaso Ciampa. Spinebuster from Angelo Dawkins. Here we go. Montez Ford climbing the top rope. He's going to hit the frog splash. Here we go. The tag team champions on the way. Hits the frog splash. 1, 2, 3. New tag team champions.
I love it.
Let's go. Long overdue.
Are we actually gonna get Street Profits and Bianca both walking out with titles? Both walking out WrestleMania with titles?
It's possible. We'll see, but this is long overdue for the Profits, by the way. They have not been champions. They have not been tag team champions in 4 years.
That's crazy.
January 2021 were the last time they were champions. They were SmackDown Tag Team Champions, and they lost those titles to Bobby Roode and Dolph Ziggler in January of 2021 on an episode of SmackDown. That was the very last time the Street Profits were the tag champs. But when they were SmackDown Tag Team Champions in late 2020 going into 2021, early 2021, they were basically handed the titles because when they got drafted to SmackDown as Raw Tag Team Champions in the 2020 draft, remember when they traded titles with the New Day?
Yes.
That's how the Street Profits became SmackDown Tag Team Champions. So they never really they were champion. They were basically winning the titles without even winning a match. So they didn't even win them. They just traded titles like cookie recipes.
Yeah, that is crazy.
But I love it. This is deserved, man. I'm very happy for the Street Profits. And Triple H said some twists and turns for WrestleMania. This is one just like Io Sky winning the women's world title over a week ago on Raw. So I love it. I think this is a good move. I'm not complaining about this at all. This is well-deserved. Long time coming for the Street Profits. I'm very, very happy for both Angelo Dawkins, Montez Ford. Well-deserved. And congratulations to the Street Profits becoming the new WWE Tag Team Champions.
All right. So, guys, there you have it. There's SmackDown. Nick and I will be live next Friday as Roman Reigns makes his return to SmackDown. So, we got a big show for that next week. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. Make sure you guys tune in to all the shows we have on the network this weekend. A lot of shows coming up. And, yeah, guys, we'll catch you all later. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, especially on the Hardcore Sports Network. We are out. Appreciate you, Jeffrey. We're out, man. Yeet.